So you are like to see the wildlife, and you would take you and your brother would do this.
Well, we just did it this one time. He never went with me again.
Yeah. I love it.
Done with the wildlife part.
He likes you a lot, but he's not going.
So he was driving, and I was riding.
Okay. Did he touch your nipples? Ask me. We're going there. Bless your heart. Welcome. I want to thank you all with immense gratitude for spending time with me. This is a podcast where we dive deep into the real, raw, and often taboo conversations about culture, relationships, and intimacy. We keep it honest, insightful, and full of humor, creating a space where nothing is off limits. Think of it as your late night conversations with your posse. At its core, the Fully Erect podcast is about empowerment, giving people the confidence to own their desires, communicate openly in their relationships, and break free from outdated stigmas. So join me. We're breaking barriers and breaking stereotypes. You know, Bobanne, I was going to ask this too about your name. Was Bob your dad's name?
Bobby.
Okay, so you were named, so your mom, she's like, I'm having a girl. I'm going to name her after Bobby.
My big brother named me after my dad, and he was 6 years old at the time.
Okay, so you had one brother who's six years older, and then you. That's it.
That's it. But I lost him in 1993, so it's just me now.
Okay, but so you had him, and he said, I want to name her after you, Dad.
Yeah.
Call her Bobanne.
Yeah, he came up with the name.
And your mom let him name you.
Yeah. They liked it. So.
No, it's cute. Mm-hmm. I mean, do you know any other Bobannes?
I tried to get some personalized plates one time, and I couldn't because there was another Bobanne.
Really?
Yeah, but I think that she spelled it with B-O-B
and then the name
A-N-N-E.
So basically, you would go out of state, do things, and you could never find your name on a license plate or keychain.
No,
but they never called you Bob.
No, I have people that have like called me Bo. My son's Bo.
I know, yeah.
But like B-O for short, and would call me Bo or Bobby or Bobby Ann.
Bobby Ann's cute too.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I wanted to ask that because I remember thinking when you were like, where'd she get that name?
Uh-huh.
You know, all the rest of us have these normal names. I mean, not that Bobby Ann isn't, but it's different.
It's Texas.
It's very Southern.
Yeah.
I would say, wouldn't you? It's like, and you have to be named after somebody. The girl version.
Oh, yeah.
So of course that's what it is.
If I were a country and western singer, I'd be all set.
Bobby Ann. What's your mom's name? What was her mom's name?
Yvonne.
Yvonne. That's right. How do you spell that?
Y-V-O-N-N-E. Yeah. O-N-N-E.
O-N-N-E. I remember her. Actually, I think you look a lot like your mom.
I look a lot like my mom.
Like your mom's kind of your that's.
Yeah, I look a lot.
She looked a lot like you.
Personality more like my dad, I think. A little bit more. But yeah, I look like my mom.
I feel like your parents died kind of young. Is that wrong? Because my dad's 82.
Mm-hmm. Well, my dad died at 82.
Oh, so were your parents a little? Oh yeah.
Yeah,
my dad was young when they had Tracy.
Yeah.
So okay. So your dad was a normal age, like 20s when they had. Okay.
Yeah, and he was a track star.
From Mahia.
Yeah.
So like my dad, kind of very popular.
Yeah, very popular.
Captain of the football team, but they're not the same age. Your dad was like 5 or 6 years older than mine.
No, just a year older.
Oh, so they knew each other.
Oh yeah, they went to high school together.
Oh, I did not know.
Yeah, they were just, all through high school.
By the way, if anybody cares, this is Bobanne Richardson, which I know you do care because that's why I'm having her on the podcast. She happens to be not only is she a very interesting person, she is my sister's very best friend growing up. So I just had to have her on the podcast. I'd asked, so everybody knows, I'd asked my sister, get Bobanne. I really think she'd be intriguing. Without really knowing like all the things you did, but I just know your personality. And because when I was younger, I'd go to stay the summers, and you were always so nice to me and my cousin Pelly. I'll never forget Pelly saying, "Oh, we just thought you were it." I mean, like you were the it girl. Aww. And you would be like, I think Tracy went to Vacation Bible School, and you didn't have to, right? Or you didn't go because you would pick us up in your car, and I don't know. One day we were delivering things to the football players,
That sounds right.
And you got us going with you. Of course, we were all about it, right? And so I don't know what y'all were doing. Watermelon. There was something that they were having 2-a-days.
Oh, yeah.
And you were delivering. So you said, I'll pick up you girls. And we were like, okay. And I was at Evelyn's house.
Yeah.
And you picked us up. And we had a day of it. I think Tracy had gone to, I didn't have to go. And she did. And she hated that she had to go to vacation Bible school or whatever she did.
I think I went sometimes.
You did?
Some of the time.
Some of the time. Okay. Because you grew up a Baptist also.
Later.
Okay.
I went just to be with Tracy.
With the it people, yeah.
Yeah, but no. I grew up, my family traditionally is Church of Christ.
Really?
But that didn't jive with me at all.
That's like, I'm not dogging the Church of Christ because I'm a Catholic, even though they love to dog Catholics.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to say that, but I went to their vacation Bible school with my cousin Pelly, and they literally said out loud, Catholics are going to hell. And I went back to my grandmother's house, which I don't know if you know Ethel Goolsby very well, but she was awesome, and she was never dogged another religion or said anything, but very, very faithful Catholic. And she said, well, you don't have to go back to that.
Yeah.
And I said, perfect answer. Yeah. Like, I probably would have said, well, I would have gotten into a whole thing about how, judgmental, but she just said, you don't have to go back to that. Bye.
There are many paths.
There are many paths to get to.
Many paths. And so, personally, that wasn't for me. I think,
Church of Christ, but your parents took y'all every Sunday?
Yeah, well, yeah. So I got pinched in church for talking, that's where I was at Church of Christ. But later on was baptized in the Baptist church in Mahia.
At what age?
I guess I was 15.
And you made that choice.
I made
your parents said, cool.
Just didn't jive with the church. It wasn't my thing. So I went there.
That's great.
I enjoyed the camaraderie there, the fellowship there.
Yep.
Didn't really identify with the message, however, and sometimes I did. So
interesting, because
they're
very prophecy. Like they follow the Bible is what they basically. Okay, what was the message? Do you remember that was just sort of?
I never could reconcile the hell and brimstone and fire and all of that stuff
Catholics
with it being a loving God. So it just didn't make sense to me. Like, I think that you have to pick which one you're going to serve. Are you going to serve a loving God, and that's where you're going to go? Or are you going to serve a vengeful, judgmental God?
I agree.
I think it's like Eeyore and Tigger.
Yeah.
I'm a Tigger.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm not an Eeyore.
Yeah.
Really? So who would want to be an Eeyore? But I love Eeyores.
Yeah.
Like, I love people that's cool for them.
And you're not judgmental of it. That's great.
No.
I love that about you, because I remember Pelly and I were like, gosh, we left. We were, I don't know, we're probably 5 years younger. And then Pelly would be like 6, and I was like, she's the coolest. And we were, Pelly was going to come, and she was so upset because she was like, oh, I just can't wait to see Bobanne. But then she had to work. And so she was so upset that she couldn't, and tell you that, like, literally you were just so, like, easy with these small kids that you were getting stuck with. I know we were a pain, but anyway, you
Kelly,
liked kids.
I can't stop looking at your eyes. Girlfriend, your eyes are gorgeous. I remember them being beautiful.
Really?
But they're intense, but they're
they
so
are
gorgeous.
intense. But I will say they're very intense.
They're so well.
I'm an intense person. Deep
really?
down. Deep down. A lot of people don't know that. Like, they say, my best friend will say, oh, Kelly, my best friend Tracy, she'll say, you're two sides of a coin. You can be very funny, and then you're very intense.
Yeah.
Like, there's no in between. I'm like, oh, that's nice.
That's me.
I don't know if that's a compliment, or is that I don't know.
I identify with that statement a lot.
You do?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
what is your birthday?
It's November 29th. So
you're not
a Sagittarius.
You're Sag. That's why.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's why I'm an adventure person.
No, it totally makes sense. You'll try anything.
I'll try anything. I'm not afraid of anything. I'm a seeker. We were talking about religion. For me, I'm very much a seeker. I don't know all the answers, and I don't trust anybody that says they do.
I
Like, at all.
like I don't either.
I mean, like, don't
like
tell
if
me.
you say you think you know everything.
Yeah, then like I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
You know,
you're out.
okay. Like, I'm not going to judge you, but I know for me personally, that's just not where it's at for me. If that works for you, that's great. But for me, I don't have the answers. I'm looking for them.
I will always be. By the way, I will
Yeah.
always be looking for probably
Yeah.
till the day I die.
Well, I tell my kids, and I've told Riley, now she's 22 and Bo's 11, and I tell them inside each of us is the treasure and the map.
Oh wow, yeah.
The treasure and the map is there. Don't go looking for things outside of yourself. If you do that, you better pack a lunch, because you're gonna be there a long time.
That is really smart way to say that to your kids, because you're really just a guide for them.
Yeah.
And you realize that after mine are out of the house. Lucky you have still one,
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, it's a journey.
Yeah.
And if they just think everything is supposed to be known and they can't figure it out inside them,
right,
that's a problem.
It's
That's a problem.
there. It's there.
I know.
And I've always wanted my kids to be seekers.
And are they?
They are very much that way.
Interesting.
Very, very much that way. My son is the first one to say, "Oh, we need to say our prayer." He's the first one. We pray on the way to school. He prays for his friends.
Even now at 11.
Oh yes, absolutely. He's gonna say the prayer at dinner time.
Maybe he's gonna be your priest.
No, I think the importance of that relationship. If you're going to be a seeker, what is it that what's the point in which you're trying to? Religion can be a springboard into your connection to God, but your connection to God is the point. So I want him and Riley to know that's the whole point. Your relationship is the point, and God isn't like a guy with a long white beard. If you ask Bo, you could say, is God male or female? And he will say, without hesitation, both.
Is it, have you taught him it's an energy thing?
Yeah.
That it's about frequency and energy and.
Yeah. I mean, if God is
indifferent, yeah.
Everywhere and in all things and all beings and, everywhere. And why would a God or that kind of energy, that creator, that source energy, care about being male or female?
That's interesting.
That's an ego thing. That's a man-made thing.
And we all have an ego. Do you agree with that?
Oh my goodness, yeah.
I have some people that'll say, "Oh, I just don't have an ego." No. Everybody has
an ego.
Everybody has an ego, just like everybody has a lot of, everybody has an ego.
If ever
everybody has a brain,
a devil, it would be ego.
I agree.
Dr. Wayne Dyer, I don't know if you know who he.
Yeah, I do.
He passed away, but he used to say, ego could stand for edge God out.
Yeah.
EGO, edge God out, and I was like,
edge God out. Yeah.
Like light bulb.
Because that's sort of devilish.
Ego is absolutely the thing that
there's
separates
levels
us.
of ego. A lot of people have a big ego, but everybody has an ego of some sort.
Well, 100%. I think you're working towards, a place of peace and enlightenment, and if that's what you're trying to do, then I think that you find a way to die before you die, and you are able to, for the most part, do away with your ego. But it's not people that you would have drinks with at the bar on a Sunday evening.
Afternoon.
Yeah, it's going to be, it might be someone who is levitating while they're meditating. I don't know. But it's very difficult to do. And I mean, Eckhart Tolle said that he did. He got rid of his ego. If you know anything about
I know
Eckhart
him.
Tolle.
I know him. He talks a lot about levitating and.
Yeah.
Right.
It just.
He has some great books.
Being in the present moment.
Yeah, living in the present.
Living in the present moment.
Do you meditate?
Oh yes, every day.
Is it? What does that look like for you? Meditation? Is it? You're in your prayer, or do you have a space in your house and you're doing your readings, I mean, I think everybody's meditation's different.
Mm-hmm.
I
yes.
consider my prayer time meditation.
Me too.
I'm not humming.
No. Me too.
But I call it meditation.
Absolutely, twice a day, at least.
Yeah.
But I have conversations with God
all
day long.
Me too.
And Jesus, as a matter of fact, is someone I talk to in particular all the time. And I've taught Bo that think of him like a big brother. Go to him for everything.
Yeah.
Ask for advice, sort of thing. But so for me, it is prayer, is meditation. So I do it in the mornings, first thing.
True.
Very first thing. And I do it in the evenings, the very last thing. And it's kind of a melding of the day, things I'm grateful for in my life.
Yeah.
Things that I'm fearful of and I don't want to be fearful of.
Because
we really things to be fearful of.
There's a lot.
Yeah. And you could get fixated on that.
And I think that's the problem with a lot of people. They don't have that faith, or they don't have that meditation, or they don't have like another, I don't care if it's a God or what it is, they don't have an energy source to put it somewhere else, or they don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
And that's where that fear just will overtake them. Yeah. I feel for them.
100%. And then, you have to be very conscientious of your energy and what energy you're allowing in. I will tell you this, working offshore, when I'm offshore, I have the ability to do any, watch TV, movies, whatever. I don't turn my TV on.
I was going to ask that. Like, so when you're off there, are you spending a lot of quality time with yourself?
Yes.
I could see that.
What I was trying to get at is when I come home, after that amount of being out of all of that bombarding of
you're lucky,
this
that
stuff.
I know.
It's like knives coming at you, and I feel like an alien that's just landed. Sometimes when I come home, it takes a minute,
Takes some adjustment.
Yes, because from you go to get gas and it's coming at you like,
I know.
Even at the gas pump,
No. There's a lot of noise
everywhere.
It's everywhere, and so you'll go to a room and just sit. You can sit there, right, with yourself.
Oh yeah,
and just So let's get to that, because religion. When you were saying that the word wasn't right and whatever, do you think that religion had anything like an organized religion? Do you practice an organized religion right now?
I go for what is the word I'm looking for?
Like a non-denominational?
Yeah, it's the Unity Church.
Oh, Unity, yeah. So you're all united.
So I go there because they teach everything.
Good. So when you
community is what I'm looking for. It gives community.
Okay.
Which
would you consider it like more of a progressive?
Oh,
like
yeah.
Music's progressive.
New thought type.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. New thought movement. And I'm more identified
Bible-based?
with that. No. I mean, yes and no.
But they're not, okay.
So yes, but then we might study, I love Richard Rohr. I love Father Rohr.
Okay.
He's a contemplative Catholic.
Yeah.
I love him.
So you do actually.
And yeah, so.
Like some priests.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. He will throw his bullshit flag in a heartbeat.
And why do you, is that something at your church that they tell you to read some of his books?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So
really?
They talk about him. We'll talk about, teachings of Christ, of Jesus. We'll talk about, might talk about Buddhism. We might, it's just.
So it is talking about religion, everybody's religion.
Yeah, there's classes on the metaphysical Bible. There's all kinds of, I love that. Is that they're seekers like me.
Yeah.
So I can't identify with a lot of what they have, that this is what we believe sort of thing. This is kind of the guidelines for what we kind of believe. I'm really, I'm like a feather in the wind though, because there is no other source better than that. I am my own best resource. I am my own best resource for that. And so are you. And
you feel that same way about health? Like you feel sort of like you don't follow the rules of like what everybody else says. Get back, do this, get
Not
vaccinated, do that. Do you follow?
Oh,
Okay.
Don't even get me
Okay.
started on that.
Because you're sounding a lot like me that I don't really say it out loud. Because
I will tell you.
I mean, I would if you asked me, but
They
I'm
made
just
me
saying
get
I'm a
vaccinated,
seeker.
but I did not want to get vaccinated.
And you didn't go as far as to get a fake vaccine card.
No.
Okay.
I could.
You just couldn't, because you'd lose your career. I mean, if you didn't want to put
had
that
to.
at risk.
I had to do it.
You had to. That's too bad.
They made us do it. Like we all had to do it, and I hated that.
Yeah.
Really didn't want to do that.
Really. It was kind of a big deal. You're one of the last ones going in.
But then where does the rubber meet the road as far as me and my spiritual self?
Yeah.
So there again, with anything in my life that I'm struggling with, I really do try to ask. And I call it my God voice.
The answer, yeah.
You know,
to get the answer.
The Holy Spirit, whatever you want to call it, but
that's what I call it.
For me, and I call it the Holy Spirit too.
Yeah, it's just a Catholic
or
thing,
my God voice.
Yeah.
But I wait for that answer to bubble up. And what I really heard in my mind was, you're going to be okay.
Okay, good.
You know, you're going to be all right.
Good.
Now, a lot of people in my family are not.
Oh, really? You have the family that's not?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I have a big family, so I would say it's 50-50. Yeah. I mean.
Melanie this girl's healthy. She's running the Marine Marathon this year. She's just about to turn 50. She's very fit.
How much younger than you?
She 13 years.
Are you allowed to say that?
Yeah. She would.
You talk about your age,
and we've been together.
No, I mean talking about your age. I'm just like some people are weird about it.
No, not at all. I'm 62, so she is really healthy, and I recognized that she was having an embolism. She told me she wasn't feeling good, but she's the type that she's not. She doesn't really tell you everything, you know.
And did she have that vaccine?
She had the vaccine,
and do you think that's what it was?
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah,
because she had that.
Look at me like I know.
She had that, and then she had a blood clot also in her leg.
It's in her leg.
And her leg and her
that's
lung.
What I'm reading. Yes. Oh.
And then my brother-in-law he got the vaccine, and he also had a blood clot. I'm like, what are the
My mom got a
chances?
blood clot. Healthy. Eats healthy. Eats like birds, nuts. And everybody's like nuts and berries, Judy.
Yeah.
And she had a blood clot.
Yeah.
And we got it. We caught it, and we did, protocol. And we went to a functional medicine doctor who's cleaned up her gut and everything else, but it was all caused from that.
Yeah. And our gynecologist actually, it was kind of like doctors are real cliquish, and they kind of are not going to say.
Yeah.
And they weren't going to say.
No.
But now more of them are saying,
Are they saying now?
Oh, yeah. My gynecologist like, yeah, probably so.
But they wouldn't for a long time.
No.
And it's because they couldn't.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So, but with Melanie, I recognized it. I mean, she told me she wasn't feeling well. She came home from work, and I took one look at her, and I'm like, oh, honey, we're going to the hospital right now.
Really? And you caught it? Was she white? What was that?
No, I've been doing this long enough that I can look at somebody and tell whether or not they're sick. I might not know exactly what's going on with them then, but I knew she was sick. Something was off. And then I started questioning her like I would anybody else, a patient of mine. And I knew that it wasn't her heart. And so I knew that it was an embolism, a pulmonary embolism. But they didn't believe me
and
at
you
the ER.
Think you saved her, right? Because that is not a good outcome.
Yeah, they didn't believe me at the ER. We had to go back and forth. And then he came back and he said, you're right. That's what it is. Because she had other things going on too. And
she is fit. Yeah.
Very fit.
I know.
Yeah. So that was wild. A runner,
But I was going to go back to the fact that, do you think some of the word with your religion and the formed religion had anything to do with your sexuality? Of like people judging that in the church in an organized religion, or did that have any?
No.
Have you ever even thought in those terms? Because I feel like a lot of my gay and lesbian friends will just say, either they don't go to church, it's not important to them, or they've asked me, do the Catholics, what do they say about that?
Yeah.
And I'm like, they don't. Like, I mean, at Mass, they don't say. I remember when there was things going on about the trans people and transsexuals and all that, and they said it's not the priest that said it wasn't our, we need to pray for them. It's not our place to judge them.
Well, that's 100%. I believe that 100%.
So do I. So do I. So my point being is, I didn't know, with you being very open about your sexuality, obviously being a lesbian, being married for 27 years, religion, did you feel like that's been a force of not wanting to be in an organized religion, or was that part of your journey?
Well,
or has that been a part of your journey?
A red light off in the corner of my brain went off a long time ago for other reasons.
Okay.
That I thought I just couldn't, for the reason, like one of the reasons being the one I told you, pick one. And the one that I identified with had nothing whatsoever to do with that at all. So, it was later on when I was struggling with the fact that I might be different.
Okay.
When I came out and told everyone in first grade that I was going on and on about the teacher being gorgeous. Oh my gosh, she's and I felt comfortable saying that, and then everybody was laughing at me like, yeah,
But how do you remember that? Did your mom remind you? Do you think as a kid that young?
I picked up on that with my peers, that I'm doing this, but nobody else is doing this.
Okay. But I was probably thinking, when I was in first grade, well, you were thinking she was hot. I was probably thinking Mr. Anderson, my first grade teacher in Japan, was hot.
Yeah.
And I was.
Yeah.
So that's where that's where you start to realize, oh, I was thinking that. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
And I like to hear this. That's interesting. But then you went through your whole life in high school and middle school, everything, dating, even college, guys, right?
Right.
Okay, so what does that look like? Tell me the story on that.
So I think I wanted so badly to sort of fit in and go with the flow. Even though I have no problem bucking.
No, not at all.
The system.
You're going to defend
whether
what
it's
you
religion
think is right.
or whatever it is, the whole sexuality, your question earlier with religion, then it just started to piss me off, because then I realized that not only is this probably not what Christ would have done, but that's just silly.
But then you saw the rationale in it. You were like, okay, this is dumb.
This is not
God. This is not the God I know.
Doesn't even make sense at all.
Okay, good.
Then later, I think with my friends, I wanted to not interrupt the beautiful relationship that I had with my friends.
And that was in the 70s. So, yeah.
So the easiest way for me to not interrupt our lives together, was for me to conform to what was the norm. It didn't mean that I didn't find women very attractive and very beautiful. And I think I find men attractive. I find them beautiful.
And you'll say, God, you're a good looking guy.
Oh, absolutely. 100%, but that hunger, it's the only way I know to say.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Is women, not men. So I had that early on, and I knew I had it early on.
And because I've always grown up in the city, right? Like big cities with my family. What was that like, living in a rural community in a small town of Texas?
Yeah, very
so,
interesting.
I mean, like, there wasn't many gays and lesbians outwardly saying they're gay and lesbian, right?
No.
It was, you were going to get, what's the word? Discriminated against, right?
Yeah.
So to take a plunge like that would be bold.
Not only bold, but it would be also, I would be sucking in my people that I loved very much.
Disappointing them.
I didn't want to take the chance of doing
I wouldn't. I get it.
But also, I didn't want them to feel like they had to defend me. Does that make sense?
Do you think your parents knew? Or no? I mean, you were like the most popular girl.
No.
Dated all the
My
cute guys.
brother
You were
was
hot.
as gay as a goose, right?
He was forwardly gay.
Yes.
At some point, like I think we put a stereotype on. You wear pink, you're a girl. Well, pink looks great on guys. Or my brother and I mixed a lot. You know, toys, GI Joe, Barbies. I'm sure my brother was looking at. I mean, I don't know. I mean, like my son White wore my high heels. My brother wore my shoes all the time. I could put pigtails on my brother, and he never complained.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, my brother
So
used to
I don't
do my hair
know.
like that.
You know, I mean, I think I played with Hot Wheels.
Yeah.
I preferred Barbies,
Yeah, but I mean,
but what?
He was really doing the clothes though.
So he was a very, very creative,
Very creative.
fashion kind of guy. Anyway, fashion forward.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So when did he come to terms with his sexuality? Was he dating girls in high school and everything?
He had a lot of girls that were. He went to prom with a girl.
Yeah.
You know, they loved him. Girls were always all around my brother.
Okay.
He had a lot of girlfriends, but I don't think he kind of, I think, sort of was like me a little bit.
Okay.
And what's interesting is that later on, I remember we were on vacation. My brother had graduated. He graduated high school, and I was still in high school, young, maybe a freshman. And we went on a trip to where were we? Jackson Hole, Wyoming, I think.
Okay, that's a cool trip.
Yeah.
Your parents took you on cool vacations?
Yeah, every year. We went
That's
on
really
vacations. But he found a gay bar.
In Jackson Hole?
Yeah.
I mean, people get taken on a dirt road in Jackson Hole.
He found
for
a
being
gay bar because he took me there.
Okay.
We had not talked about the whole gay issue at all.
Okay, how old do
He
you
planned
think?
to tell me.
Oh, at this gay bar.
Yeah. He was going to show me who he was, I think. That was the
And
plan.
you were how old?
Maybe 15.
Okay, and you were hip and cool. You would have been fine with it.
So we go in and just overwhelmed. Now I realize it was the smell of poppers. You know, everybody dance and do poppers and all that.
Oh, poppers.
You know,
because it smells a little like a fireworks, right? A popper or no?
Well,
like
it's a weird smell.
It's a weird smell, but it's okay.
I would see. I
like
I
it's,
get
it's
how you
like
could say that.
I can't think of what the
Very distinct.
Yes.
So
I've never done poppers. I'd tell you if I have.
so we're disco music and we're dancing and he tells me that he's gay, and I said, really? Me too.
You said it like that?
Yeah, me too. And he said, what? What are you talking about? I'm like, yes. Yeah. So that's how.
So
we
you
told
knew
each
at
other.
15?
Yeah. Oh,
and
I'm
you had a boy.
long
Did you
before then.
Did you have a boyfriend?
Yeah.
So when you told him you had a boyfriend,
Always had a
you were
boyfriend.
gay,
Always had a boyfriend.
and you How did you experiment in high school? Were there other lesbians? And they didn't talk about it?
Oh, geez.
Or
A married woman.
Oh, so can't talk about it. Okay, that's fine.
No. Well, I don't know. She may still be married.
Oh, you're saying, I thought you said, I'm a married woman.
No, she was.
I'm like, perfect. Let's talk about
I
it.
had an affair with a
married
woman in
Okay.
Mahia. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That might nowadays be one of those deals where they say that is a minor.
Yeah.
Wouldn't they?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Because that's like, yeah.
Uh-huh.
You couldn't get away with that nowadays.
No.
So a married woman, what did that look like? How did you get with her? Like what? Tell me the story. Can I know?
Very carefully.
They really?
Yeah. But it's funny.
Dirt roads and
No.
lots of honky tonks or what?
I don't want to give too much away, but her husband travels a lot.
Okay, that's cool. So is she a lesbian, or do you think?
I don't know what she is now.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But
that was sort of like
I would ride my moped.
you had a moped. Did you
rode
ride it with a helmet or no?
no helmet.
Oh, no helmet. That was the way we rode on Roxanne's. Yeah.
Back then, we didn't
Yeah.
think about stuff like that. But yeah, that happened. Later on, it's kind of funny because when I went to college,
Mrs. Robinson. That's what it reminds me.
sort of like that. But
That's
also,
a great movie.
I had an affair with another married woman. Come to think of it,
So really, you only at that age, as a young girl, they. Oh, is that affairs, or are they taking it? I mean, are they getting the hot girl and switching teams for her?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
You know,
Maybe. Maybe I was just hot.
maybe you're just hot and all men and women wanted you. No, but that's funny that they were both married and never got busted.
No, I don't think
Okay.
so.
Okay, good.
We almost, the one in Tyler and I.
Yeah.
Ooh, close. Very close.
Very close.
I almost got busted that one time. Yeah.
Is there something with married women?
I think there might have been.
Yeah.
Like back then.
No,
You know.
I mean, I'm just thinking.
Not now.
No, are you sure?
No.
Okay.
Not now. I really don't feel
you
that
feel
way.
like people are more. No, you think people more open about it, so they don't have to hide. I mean,
No.
these women were really lesbians that got married, decided to get married. Because they went, who knows what the story was?
Oh, you mean on
Yeah.
from her
yeah,
perspective?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Like,
maybe
you know.
she felt confined and
yeah,
wanted to see what that was all about.
exactly.
Hmm.
Which I think, I mean, interesting that you decide. Okay, so then after you left Mahia, which nobody knew you were a lesbian when you left Mahia.
Maybe some suspected.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe some suspected.
And then you moved to the big city, and you could experiment with that, and then
Yeah,
that just
no.
went on your merry way.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could do it freely or whatever.
So, what was the judgment like from your parents?
Ooh.
Was there any?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
More, it's funny, but more so for my brother, I think.
Because he's a guy.
I think it's harder, especially for fathers.
Oh, for their sons?
For their sons.
Yeah, I've always, that's always fascinated me because I think you're right. It's just something.
Well, women, we're naturally close. We kiss all the time. We're very close. And men, their history has shown many men find it attractive for two women to be together anyway. It's
Yeah.
like a thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, it's like a thing
But
they
they
want
always
to do.
think they want
They think
interject themselves.
They
in the
think
whole
that. They
thing.
think they can handle it.
Yes.
Both. Yeah, but they
They would be wrong.
can't.
Sometimes they would be wrong. Not all the time, I would imagine, but yeah, I think it's harder for fathers when it comes to sons. So I feel like I had an easier time. My mother was very, really embraced.
So she was very open woman.
Yeah,
Open-minded.
I think even from the start, the love shone through.
Even with your brother?
Even with my brother, yeah. My dad had a difficult time with it, but my mom, she was just love.
But
Pure
what are
love.
the chances of two of your children?
Right?
Because you're not the first story I've heard of that,
Yeah,
which is very interesting.
yeah. I think
Like
so
there's
too.
other families that has happened to, that's
And my personality is very different from my brother's. We didn't have. We were very different. My brother was more like my mom. And I was really more like my dad.
oh really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
But Kelly, I'll tell you, I mean, I always knew, but now that I've done all this searching, soul searching and seeking, there's a part of me that's, not understanding or knowing everything, but I really feel like I might have been male in another life. That's very possible.
It didn't finish you have a predominantly male job.
Yeah.
You're on a ship. I mean, not many people would do that.
Yeah.
Women wouldn't pick that.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't consider you a masculine woman.
No.
I mean, I think you're very endearing, loving.
Yeah.
Right? Embracing,
I
very
think I'm a little both. I think I'm a little both.
but you're a tough woman.
I'm a very tough woman. Yeah.
Yeah. As far as like strength.
Strength was.
Right.
My mother was too.
Yeah. Oh, she was. She could do
could
anything.
put me down. And
So
put her
you're the
neck
same.
on-
So both of you girls,
Yeah.
you got okay. That makes sense.
And I feel real in touch with maybe both
Yeah.
sides.
I think I
mean,
do too, though, and heterosexual. I mean,
like my truck out there.
you have a truck.
Of course.
So you have a pickup truck.
I have a big truck,
Okay.
pickup truck. I just replaced the, what was it? The relay for my blower motor.
I wouldn't even know what that is.
Just a couple of days ago.
What's a blower motor?
That my air conditioner went out, so I was going to fix it, and I knew that it would be at least $1,200 if I took it to a garage. So I'm like, I'm going to fix this my damn self.
And you did it.
Yes.
So that's from your mom or dad? Your dad teach you?
No, not my dad.
No.
My dad could not tie a knot and consistently lost our Christmas tree on the way home. I can tie a knot where it would never come off, not in a hurricane. That's just
the person because I think because you like to you're adventurous.
Yeah.
And you also like to know, you're a seeker, you said.
Yeah.
So you're gonna research it.
If
you don't understand it, you're gonna look it up and you're gonna save $1,200 fixing that yourself.
I'm gonna fix it myself, and
wow.
I like, there's not like your car's sort of like the human body.
I know.
So if you understand that a little bit, I could work on pool equipment. I can work on my car. I can,
So when you're off 3 weeks, obviously, and you leave home, you're missed because you do a lot of that.
I do all that. We call it the.
So what do you?
The digit things.
Yeah. So like when you leave for 3 weeks, that has got to be hard that could be tough on a marriage. Maybe in the beginning at least.
Oh yeah.
There's
a whole podcast. I should bring
okay.
Melanie in and discuss.
I'd love that. Yeah, because I don't.
Yeah.
I could sense that would be extremely hard.
Well, she's a single parent when I'm gone.
The loneliness.
Yeah.
Because you hear from people and you're like, I'm like, oh, I wouldn't be lonely. I think that about myself. Of course I would.
No.
I try to be tough and I'll be whatever. I probably would get myself into mischief because you have to be pretty sure, you just would get lonely. No one to talk about your kids about, right?
Right.
I mean.
And we talk, but she's so involved with Bo, and she was so involved with Riley and, all of the things. And when I come home, I hit the ground running too. There's no rest for me either.
No, there's no rest for you. No.
Oh, no, never. Even as an older mom, I'm like, oh my gosh.
I mean, really, because you have an 11-year-old.
Yeah.
But like the pool, you can do almost any of that.
I fix a lot of stuff. So, like, I put in a sprinkler system.
Oh, God,
and like that. She doesn't do stuff. So yeah, a bone of contention with us is I want her to pay attention to something if it looks like it's about to break or has broken. And she is not observant at all.
Does not see it just fall around her.
She just doesn't.
What does she do?
So awesome. What does Melanie do?
Yeah, she's a chef, right?
No. She works in a restaurant, really fine dining restaurant in Dallas. And
she commute every day?
She only works a couple of days a week.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And she's very good at what she does.
She is.
Very good.
But I thought she was a stay-at-home mom only.
No. She used to be.
Okay.
Yeah, like with Riley, all through Riley and growing up and all of that. Like my kids never had to go to daycare. Ever.
No.
Never.
So she did stay home, and then she what made her want to go back to work with Bo?
I think
because you're gone.
Part time
needs interaction.
Yeah, that and the extra money's good, and she enjoys it, and and as long as she can, do what she needs to do with Bo.
Yeah. Tell me about your spiritual journey. What you've been doing with that. You went to a very cool place. Tell us about it.
You're talking about my hike?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So
was it a week hike?
I was there for about 2 weeks, I guess.
By yourself?
Yeah. So I did the Camino de Santiago.
Why'd you pick that one?
Because that is the spirit hike.
Okay.
It really is. The Way of St. James, I believe the apostle is buried there in Santiago.
Yeah.
And so there are many Caminos, but I wanted to do the oldest, which is the Francis Way. So the Way of Francis. It starts in France, goes over the Pyrenees Mountains, and then across northern Spain. So I didn't know how far I would go, but I knew the hardest part of this journey would be, by all accounts, going over the Pyrenees. And
Was it
it
tough?
did not disappoint.
So do you do this by yourself?
I did it by myself. I wanted to do it by myself.
Can't you get a guide?
I didn't want a guide.
That's where you and I are different.
Yeah,
I can be a little bit bougie where I'm like, does somebody have a fan?
No,
It's hot.
Kelly,
It's hot.
I could have done that. I wasn't bougie at all.
But you're not. You'll like you said. You'll go into something where somebody tells you you're not supposed to do it, and they say don't do it by yourself, and you're doing it.
Yeah.
If I say they say a sign that says, you don't need to.
Don't
be
feed
single,
the rhino.
Don't feed the rhino. Don't do this. I'm not doing it.
Don't feed the monkeys. Don't feed the rhino.
Why are you? If they say don't
I
feed
don't
monkeys, you're going and feeding the monkeys.
Yeah.
Why? Is it a test for your endurance? That
I'm not so much as crazy as all that anymore now that I'm older. I mean, I'm still very much a free spirit, but I just felt 10 foot tall and bulletproof most of my life.
Interesting. Because you were tough, pretty tough.
Absolutely. Still am. But I just felt like I wanted to feed the rhino.
Okay. What did that day look like?
My brother was driving
Okay. And you were driving through
a wildlife park.
Where was it?
I have many stories from the wildlife park.
So you are like to see the wildlife, and you would take you and your brother would do this.
Well, we just did it this one time. He never went with me again.
Yeah. I love it.
Done with the wildlife park.
He likes you a lot, but he's not going.
So he was driving, and I was riding.
Okay.
And I rolled the window down. The rhino was there, and I was like, "How cool! I want to feed it." Well, I knew I wasn't supposed to feed it. It says don't feed the rhino. And
what were you feeding it?
You have a bucket with all the food in it.
Yeah.
And I held my bucket over, and the rhino's like, looks at me like, she's actually going to feed me, and he comes over and sticks as much of his mouth. His mouth is like big and square.
I mean, was this thing like in
huge,
your face?
Huge. Horn.
You couldn't get your window up? I would have panicked.
No, I had him like here, and I'm feeding him, and he moves his head, and what happens is he pins my arm against the car. And my natural instinct was to punch him, and that's what I did. I hauled off and whap.
You punched him in the nose?
I punched the rhino. Punched the rhino in the
mouth. And
mouth.
what was your brother doing the whole time?
He screamed like a girl.
I would have too. I would have been Bobby.
And he hit the gas.
He did.
Yeah. No more rhino.
Went like this.
I went whap. I hit
And
him
did the rhino get
mouth.
away?
I'm sure he was like, hey, what's this fly? But I hit him in the mouth, and it stunned him, I think, that it happened, and my brother floored it when we left. But yeah, that's me. 100% me. That story right there is definitely.
So when and you'll put other people in jeopardy doing these risk-taking things.
Oh, she said it.
I know, because I'm thinking to myself, he's in the car, and she's
Mm-hmm.
doing this. Meanwhile, no one wanted you to do it. He probably said, do not feed the rhinos, Bobanne.
No, he had no.
And I'm with you,
thought.
and I'm assuming you're going to follow the rules too. Then you're putting me at jeopardy.
Not following the rules.
So what about the monkeys?
That was very funny. That was
so that was a funny thing. Okay. Was that at the same park?
Well, it was probably as serious as the rhino incident, but it was the same park. So I had several girls with me in the car. Okay. I was a passenger. And
were y'all just at the wildlife park?
Decided to go to the wildlife park.
Okay. Which one is this?
It's not open
have
anymore.
I ever been? Okay.
It was in Grand Prairie, used to be. International Wildlife Park, I think.
Okay. I don't think I've ever been.
Yeah. Well, they used to let the monkeys just run around. But I guess the monkeys started getting on people's cars and stuff like that.
They're a little dangerous.
I found out later.
I mean, they'll chew your face off.
Yeah, they'll rip your face off.
Rip your face off.
But these were, later I found out just, but these were I think they're called black-handed monkeys. They're like, if you're like a little spider monkey, about this tall, They have long, really long arms and like long fingers and not real, kind of smallish, thin palms. Many of them, they were in a cage. And I'd always fed the monkeys going through the wildlife park, and I was really disappointed they weren't out and they'd caged them. So I decided that I would, it was like, I'll be right back. I'm just going to go feed the monkeys. And they're watching me go up to these monkeys, and I have my food, my little bucket of food. And they start, getting the food, reaching, getting the food. And then one of them grabs my wrist. This was a coordinated attack.
With its hand?
Yeah. And pulls me close. The other one grabs me right in the crotch. I swear to God.
In the car?
No, I'm out of the car.
Why'd you
My friends are in the car. I walked over to the cage to feed the monkeys. Everybody else was very far away from the monkeys. Oh, there's the monkeys.
You thought, this is cool. And they all just sat in the car watching you do this.
They're rolling. They are rolling. Because it has me by I have shorts on, it's summertime. Has me by the crotch of my shorts.
So they grab this and this.
And I'm like screaming, trying to get loose.
And you can't get your...
And I ripped myself free from this.
They didn't cut your skin or anything?
No. And I got loose. And my friends they're just on the floorboard.
Did y'all leave?
Yeah, we left. Because at that point, word's probably going to get around
that
those girls are feeding the monkeys, and that girl got attacked.
So y'all, that's right.
We got gone. We're out of there.
That is so funny. Well, so on getting back to that trip, what was the most captivating? Like, what's a story you could tell me that was really, but you're by yourself?
Oh, the Camino.
Yeah.
Well,
if they call it the Camino.
The Camino for sure.
Okay.
And so that was the hardest leg. So it was really important for me to do that leg. And I thought that's really what meant the most to me, was do something that was so difficult. I mean, people die up there.
And then what made you want to do this?
Because I whenever I need to get something really deep off of my chest,
okay,
I'll do something like this.
So is this pretty normal for Melody to know this?
Yeah, she knows this about me.
I mean, was she worried when you were going?
Yeah.
Very worried. Like, please don't do this.
I mean, when my brother died, I rented a private island so that I could go there, run around naked and scream, and nobody would judge me. Truly. An 8-acre private island.
So how long ago did your brother die?
He died in 1993.
And you researched an island.
I found Seabird Key off the coast of Marathon, Florida. It's gorgeous.
Okay.
And I'll tell you that story in a minute, but I know you want to hear about it.
I do. I want to hear about that.
When I have stuff like this, I need to get out of me.
It's like it's just, you can't.
I need to have a conversation out loud with God, a long one.
You can't just
over many days.
Can't just go over to the Trinity River and.
Well, now I have done that.
Okay.
I have there's a whole rock work exercise I developed around throwing stones in the water to help with that.
Okay.
That's a whole nother thing. But I lost my mother and my dad, and I needed to talk to God about that. It was going to take more than a day or two.
At the Camino.
So I went to Spain.
And that's why you chose that? It's really the death of both of them?
It was something I needed to talk about to them. Yeah, about them. I needed to get that. I need to work that out. Yeah.
I haven't lost my parents yet. I wonder if I'm going to have some sort of epiphany like that. Like, where I just have to.
I needed to just do it. It was something I just felt compelled to do. It's a very spiritual journey. It follows the ley lines of the earth. It has story after story after story of miracles happening on the Camino. And
you did it during the daytime. You were at least smart about that.
Sometimes at night, but not in the Pyrenees. The Pyrenees, and if I wouldn't have had my hiking sticks, because I only did this 2 years ago.
I know. I saw you doing it. I saw pictures.
Yeah, so a few. I've got so
A
many.
few, but
pictures.
But were you? And then I think Tracy told me, were you sleeping in a tent?
No. So I wanted to be a true pilgrim. So I actually applied for my certificate to be my booklet to be a pilgrim. And when you're granted this, and you go to their office and you get it stamped and it's legal, then the pilgrims are kind of protected. They're kind of looked after on the Camino. I mean, the Knights Templar would guard them.
Really?
Years ago, and they have hostels that you stay at. If you're a pilgrim, you can stay at hotels and stuff along the way, but I wanted to do it the way they did it. So I walked until I was tired, and I'd stay in a hostel with many other people.
And the hostels just be on the way?
On the way.
Wow.
And sometimes if I knew that I was going to be tired, I'd get on WhatsApp and find one. Now, in the Pyrenees, there are only 2 places to stay, and they stay booked all the time. So I had to write a very creative, heartfelt request. And the lady only spoke French, but she was able to translate it. And I got a room because it was important for me. I knew for that uphill from France straight up the Pyrenees that at least part of the way that first day I was going to need to sleep and have a meal before I went on. I wouldn't have made it all the way over at my age. I didn't, my knees are not what they used to be.
Were you bringing food? Like you were packed pretty good?
Oh, I'm a paramedic, so I knew I needed
I know, so
water,
that's why you do. I can see why
and
you
electrolytes.
did. Okay.
And I brought like jerky.
Okay.
Like grass-fed,
yeah.
organic jerkies. I knew to bring that because I would always have a source of electrolytes, water, and food. So I had plenty of that. And I met amazing people.
That were walking it also?
Yeah.
And y'all would talk?
We would talk. Sometimes you want to talk, sometimes you don't, but sometimes I would. And I mean, this was my journey. And it was going to be my journey from start to finish. I didn't feel obligated to hang out with anybody or any of that unless I wanted to. And so that first night staying at this place was really a godsend because I was in tears by the time I rounded this, like saw around the bend that there was this building because I was so exhausted the first day. It was just straight up. Oh, and it was very difficult. It was beautiful. It was very difficult.
What was the weather like?
It was very nice.
Okay.
It was really nice. And I packed way too much.
So your pack was heavy.
Way too stupid.
And then you got to the place and you lost it.
I lost it. I'm like, oh my gosh. At that point I had a cell signal. And
but sometimes you would not have a cell signal.
Oh yeah, when at the highest part, the most dangerous part, the part where I almost got blown off and I was by myself, I did not have a cell signal. Kind of like with the snake.
So was it windy? Is that what you were getting blown off for?
Yeah, so when I went on, like there were parts along the walk where there would be people and I would be walking with people, but I had my own pace. And I ran across several people that got themselves in a bind because they didn't bring enough water and they didn't think to bring electrolytes. And so there was this one man, he was on the side of the road and I could tell he was in really bad shape.
Doing it by himself?
He was by himself. He was 75 or about to turn 75. And I said, "Where's your water?" And he had a little bottle like this. And he had that much in it. And I said, that's all you have? And he told me that was all he had. He didn't have any electrolytes. He didn't have any food. So I gave him water. I gave him electrolytes. I gave him some beef jerky. Got him hydrated. Told him what to do. Told him start stretching and kind of, slowly. And then see how he feels. The very next opportunity he had to to get water. He needs to be drinking. I told him how much. I just took care of him.
Okay.
And I ran into him later on in the walk, and he saw me, and he said, "Oh, my angel, my angel."
So he was still walking.
He was still walking. He made it. I'm assuming he made it all the way.
But I mean, he should have had a backpack filled with.
He didn't. I had a big jug with water, a big jug of electrolytes, and I had a reservoir, that I could
Like
drink.
a Camelback?
Camelback that I could drink. So I had plenty of water.
And then the next day you would start to add that, or no, you don't need to?
I would fill up. I just was very conscientious that I needed water, and I didn't realize how important that would be later. So when I left that first night, they made sandwiches for us to take, and there was a place, a really nice place, part of the way, like it was pretty high. It wasn't the summit, but it was high, and a lot of people stopped there. It was like Sound of Music. There were goats and shepherds, and there were bells.
So it was beautiful.
Oh my goodness. The sounds from the bells from the livestock and the big horses, giant horses.
I mean, I would do it with somebody else maybe.
Oh, it was amazing. It was amazing, Kelly. And I laid up against a rock, kind of set up against a rock, and had pate on bread. That was my sandwich.
What was the worst thing about it?
Well, the worst thing was because I knew, and I'd put myself in God's hands, that this was not just my journey. It was a journey that he had planned for me. And it started to get windy. So windy, in fact, that it was so windy you couldn't put your jacket on or take it off without fear of losing it. And it's very funny if somebody would have had a video of me trying to actually go to the bathroom up there.
Well, it would have been all over you.
Oh my gosh.
Good thing urine is very important.
Oh my goodness.
It's saving people.
So after a while, I just didn't see anybody.
Like what time of
I would say
day
most
was
of
this?
that, my walk, I would say over the Pyrenees, I would say that only about maybe 30% of it, people were around me. The rest of the time, I was all by myself. Now, there are two paths you can take. One is a lower route that's not as difficult, and one's a higher route that is difficult. People have died there because they've wandered off, or they got dehydrated, or they close it during snowy periods because of this reason that have had so many people die.
But you actually stayed on the path.
I went the high path. Of course I did.
And you stayed on it.
I stayed on it.
You didn't venture good. I'm proud of you.
I stayed on it, and I did what I was supposed to do. But so funny, but stupid. At one point, I'm by myself, and I have to go to the bathroom, and I'm thinking, I'm just going to go off. It's windy, 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 and there's this rock pass, and the wind's just like howling. And I'm just going to go over to this little grassy area. There's a ravine that's pretty far away from me, but it goes straight down.
Oh.
And I'm thinking, I'm just going to go over here and go to the bathroom, just off the path in case somebody does come along. It's getting kind of later in the day, but the wind caught. Thank God I had unhooked the front of my backpack, because the wind caught me and kind of threw me down, and I rolled out of my backpack, and there was grass and rocks there, and I grabbed on. My backpack rolled, and it caught itself on one of the parts that were kind of weird on it, like where I had packed, so it wasn't going to roll anymore.
Right.
I could have lost it, could have lost everything.
But you didn't.
But I didn't, and I didn't roll down the ravine either. I crawled over, got my pack, crawled back up, and I thought, if I have to pee again, I'm going in the middle of the road. I don't care. In the middle of the path. I don't care. Because that was close. I had no cell signal, and if I would have not been able to catch myself, then that could have been bad.
But it was very windy. I mean,
it was so windy. I found out the next day that people had to be rescued up there because it was so windy.
Did you have sticks and everything?
I had my hiking sticks.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So that was the scariest moment, or probably the most.
Yeah, that was really scary. But then as I'm walking, Kelly, I gave that water away to that man, and I'm running out of water.
Of course.
And it's getting late.
And you're not finding a hostel.
There's nothing there. I knew there wasn't going to be anything until I got down the other side.
And you have to sleep in that. You're not going to sleep out in the wilderness, right?
Well, I would have if I said, well, I have my, I didn't have electrolytes, didn't have any water, had very little.
Yeah, you can't do electrolytes without water.
I had my beef jerky. I had that, so I knew I needed to find water. And so this is really interesting because I'm walking along and it's getting late and I'm thinking, okay, well, I'll just have to hole up somewhere. And so I'm talking to God. And I said, you brought me here. I feel like you'll provide for me. And it was at that moment I heard a cry of a hawk above my head. And I look up now. I've looked this up. Red-tailed hawks, which are my mother's favorite bird, are not common in Spain at all. But that's what I saw.
A red-tailed
hawk. I saw just a little bit of the sun it was low in the sky, but I saw the red on its feathers.
So did that just answer?
I said, okay.
Your mother was there?
Yes. And I felt like I was going to be okay. And I probably walked for another maybe 45 minutes, and I heard it before I saw it. But I heard water. And there was a big stone.
Okay.
And then a flat stone beneath it. And coming out of that stone was a patina covered pipe with the clearest, coldest water you've ever seen.
You're going to put in your camelback.
Of course I am. And I had already read that any of the villages that you go through, any of the fountains that are out, it's good water. You can fill your.
So you knew that.
I knew that. And so I was like, thank you. I filled
that was your
everything
answer.
up. And then lo and behold, I get low and I'm going through the forest part.
That's where it would scare me.
It's getting dark. I have a headlamp.
Okay.
But it's getting.
I don't like to be by myself in the dark like that.
It was getting dark, and I came up on two nurses from New York.
Good.
And they were cramped up and in really bad shape, both of them.
From dehydration?
Dehydration. And they didn't have water because they didn't see any water. Kelly, that path went right past that stone. And they had passed by there. They needed water and they didn't see that water. And I had been provided. And I gave my water to them and my electrolytes and my stuff.
Because most people wouldn't have seen that stone. You were supposed to see that stone.
Was it there?
Don't know.
Do you believe in miracles? I do.
Yeah. It could have been put there.
And the
for
Camino,
you to see.
yes, is full of them, stories of this. And coming up on strangers that you were supposed to meet to help you work through something. A conversation you're supposed to have.
So you prepared yourself. You were in a state where you said, I got to go somewhere very spiritual. And you researched where you really wanted to go. Yeah. And that was where you thought was the best.
The hardest part and the oldest one. And so that's what I did. Now, the whole journey is 500 miles. I didn't get near that far. But it wasn't important for me to go the whole way.
How did you decide what was important?
The hardest part.
Okay.
I wanted to do the hardest part.
It took how long?
The Pyrenees. I was there for about 2 weeks, maybe.
So there is no competition in this. It's basically, if I choose to do that, I'm choosing just to go, and I don't have to. Pick what your goal is. But 500 miles.
Yeah.
No. That would take how long?
It depends on your pace, but generally it's 30 days. If you've got a pretty good pace.
First aid kit and all that. See, I wouldn't even know what to take.
Because I lost
blisters.
A toenail, and because it was hard, Kelly. It was hard, and there were parts coming downhill where it's just shale. And
Did you have the right clothing on?
Oh yeah, I was all
geared up.
Yeah, REI all the way.
So where are you going now? Where are you thinking about doing? Are you going to do it now?
I'd like to go back. to the Camino and pick up where I left off.
Okay, that's cool.
But I also wouldn't mind doing the one that goes from Porto up to Spain.
What's that one like?
Like,
Is it
it's supposed to be absolutely beautiful. They're all different, and the northern route, which is further north than what I was, that goes along the coast, is beautiful too. They're all beautiful, but I
And
was
they're all
supposed to be on
tough?
this one. They're all tough. They're all tough. Not as tough. Some are easier.
So when you finally decided to leave, what did you get out of it? Like, what was your reasoning?
Well,
What would you write? What would you tell people the importance of?
I had worked out what I needed to work out.
You did?
I'd had conversations with strangers that I needed to have. I'd befriended these incredible group of women from California, and we still on occasion talk.
Really?
And I had a conversation that I felt like I was there for this woman from Ireland that was so super cool, and she had just lost her mother, and we had a moment. And then I ran into this beautiful Korean woman who spoke very little English, but we communicated enough.
She was by herself?
She was by herself. And I was walking through a field, like a plowed field, and I noticed that she was kind of standing off to the side, and I didn't want to, you want to honor people's experience. Did she want to be alone? Did she not? Eventually, she kind of came up and said, "Do you mind if I," in broken English, "Do you mind if can I walk? I walk."
Oh, she did.
And so we walked to the next little village, and then that's where I met the other lady. It was her, the Korean woman, the lady from Ireland, an ex military lady.
Yeah.
That had lost her partner.
So is it a lot of grief and death where people go on these journeys because there's a lot of death? There's death that they wanted to.
I think that I ran into people like that because that was my thing. The Camino provides.
Did you have a really hard time losing your parents? Or was it a real close?
It felt weird that I was the only one in my immediate family left.
Oh, that would.
I lost my mom, my dad, and my brother. I was the only one in my immediate family.
But your brother way before.
Way before.
Okay.
But that one almost killed me.
Was that something you want to talk about, or what?
Yeah, I mean,
like what was it? Was because you were so close to him?
I was so incredibly close to my brother, and that was a tough one. That was a really tough one. I sang it at his funeral.
Really?
I did.
How old were you when he died?
I was 30.
Young.
Yeah.
He died young.
Yeah.
Was it a shocking?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He died of AIDS. And it was very, 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 he got to be who he was right up to the very end.
Well, good.
He had his wit. My brother was incredibly smart. My son Bo reminds me, which I named him Bo because my brother called himself Bo. So my Bo is named after my brother.
Oh, okay. He called you Bo because he was your brother?
Bo self-named himself Bo, even though his name was Bill David.
Oh, Bill David's his name?
Bill David, but he went by Bo.
Yeah.
And I called him Bebo.
Yeah.
That was my name for him. So I named Bo after Melanie, and I named him after my brother.
So what did you do when he passed? Did you do anything?
Oh, well, I sat on my diving board every night and wasn't sure if I wanted to live. And really the only strange, very strange, but my little sausage dog, my little Lily Marlene, my little red miniature dachshund was the reason I would not leave.
Really?
Yeah. Because nobody could take care of her or understand her the way that I did.
Did your parents break down too?
Oh my goodness.
So it was a family of tragedy.
Oh, it was horrible. Horrible. Yeah. That was very, very horrible. And so I got through it. And
what do you think got you through it?
well, I think this is another story. But I got a phone call from a girl,
Mm-hmm.
and I hadn't talked to her in years, and she said, "Bobanne, I don't know why I'm telling you this, but I just want you to listen." She said, "I had two male friends in Fort Worth, two gay friends. One died, and one was left, and he was really torn up about it. And one day, I guess he had a furniture shop or something like that.
In Fort Worth?
Yeah. And I'm sorry, I don't know which one it was. It is kind of interesting. And,
now that we're sitting in Fort Worth, yeah.
Yeah. And the fact, yeah, and we are where we are. But she said a lady pulled up in a Mercedes and walked in and said, "I have a message for you," from his partner. She said, "I want to give you this card." And his message is, well, she said, "I had a reading with a lady, and sometimes other people will come through."
Okay.
And so he came through in this reading and asked if I would deliver this message to you. Your lung is going to collapse.
Who said this? This is
This lady that pulled up in the Mercedes, total stranger.
okay. And you were going into a store.
No, I have nothing. This lady called me and
How'd
told
she
me
find
this.
you?
She's just was an old friend I hadn't talked to in years.
Oh, so you knew her. She
I
could
knew.
get you. Okay.
No, this is third hand.
Okay.
Okay, so she's friends with the two guys.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I got that part.
And so she's telling me this story. And she says that, the lady gave the message to the guy. And he thought nothing of it and put the card that she gave him in his wallet. And it was a few days later his lung collapsed. And he found that card, and it had the name of the lady that did the reading for this other woman. He went to her, and his partner came through, and they had a nice conversation. And she said, I heard that you lost your brother. She said, you might want to think about visiting her.
This psychic, would you say psychic?
She was a medium.
Clairvoyant, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so I did. And I didn't tell her my story. She knew nothing about me. There were many, many people there. I guess she started small, but it kind of grew because she was so good at what she did. And you could give money as like a donation because she was renting a space.
Okay.
If you wanted to. You went in a room with many different people, and lots of pillows and comfortable places to sit around. And you started off with the Lord's Prayer. And, she said that this is not really a two-way conversation. It comes through, things will come through to her. And based on what she gives, you'll know whether this is your loved one or not.
Okay, because she'll say something out loud, just like the medium on
she would,
TV.
Yeah, she would. And who is this?
Teresa.
Who is
I like
this?
that.
Yeah.
I like that show. Okay.
Yeah. So, I found out later, there were other people that really worked very similarly.
Yeah.
And my brother didn't come through at first. It was some relative that I didn't even know, and his name was Red. And he came through, and he said that I'm carrying my troubles on my shoulders, that I need to just dust them off, sweep them off. And it was just several other things. So somebody else I didn't recognize, but that was the thing, and I verified that. I verified
who that was.
There was a Red, in my family, like that had died, and this person
like
had recently died, on my mother's side, I think.
Okay.
So that intrigued me. So I went back, and eventually several people came through, but one of which was my brother.
And what was that?
And he told me that, he said that he saw me. He said, I see you on the back of a boat, and you're fishing and you're laughing and mascara's running down in your eyes and you have this huge fish. And I didn't know what that meant, but he told me, he said, I'm okay. He said, look for me in everything that you find that is beautiful. I will always be there.
That was it.
And he said, I will never leave you.
And has he?
No, absolutely not. It was years later that I was sport fishing in Mexico with Melanie. And we didn't know there was a fishing competition going on at the time. And we went to sport fish, and the guy, they were supposed to have two guys on the back to help bait and do all the stuff, but the guy was drunk. One guy was drunk.
God, that's
so we only
worst.
had one guy. We go out there, and I caught a 450-pound
450 pounds?
blue marlin.
Just beautiful.
Yeah, just like he described.
Was your brother with you?
I felt like he was, because our thing is dragonflies.
Of course he was.
And out there, a dragonfly flew over the boat and came down low over the boat. And Melanie saw it. I saw it. We caught another fish that day. That one was 14 and a half feet, 450-pound blue marlin. Then we caught 162-pound blue marlin that day. And we would have won the fishing competition, which would have got us a new car, a new boat, and $6,000.
But what kept you from doing that?
Well, we didn't know there was they didn't think these two girls were going to catch these fish, so they didn't even tell us about the competition. Yeah. But I won my prize. My prize was I did what my brother came through and said that I was going
crazy?
to do.
Where was this
She's not even
medium?
in the state anymore. But
what's your thought on that? Mediums, clairvoyants, people that can, for me as a Catholic, they'll say false prophets.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't get that, but I also believe that as a Catholic, death is where we want to be, right? You want to be, that's our goal here on earth, is to get to there.
Yeah.
Right.
Wherever that
So
is.
So of course there's people in between that are able to, that you speak with, that you talk to, angels and everything else. I think we all have angels. I think some have some more. I mean, everybody's got a guardian angel.
Oh yeah,
everybody. I mean,
Kelly,
believe me, I don't know how I've survived half the stuff I have.
Yeah, exactly.
But I've had losses like you, but more like grandmothers that lived to 99.
Yeah.
No tragedy. I would say. I mean, I've had great friends that I've lost that were high school friends that were it was pretty tough, tough one. There was a couple of really good friends, but nothing like a parent yet, or a sibling, or a very close cousin, because they're like sisters to me. I don't know what that, I don't know when that's coming for me. I don't know, but I know that it's interesting.
It's part of it.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like maybe I have a little preparation in it because I'm a Catholic and I'm not scared to die.
I'm not afraid to die.
And I don't think it has anything to do with being, maybe it isn't because I'm believing, the afterlife's going to be so beautiful. I don't know what that is. That's not fear for me. Like some people. Yeah.
I think some
I don't want to leave right now.
People are terrified.
But there's people that are terrified.
Yeah, they're absolutely terrified.
It's like they're terrified of, I find that a lot of people are just terrified to really even just leave what their comfort is, like a marriage or a friendship that should have ended.
Right.
And I don't know where that comes from. I don't know, but they just don't want.
They're just afraid. I think they're afraid to step outside themselves. They're afraid. I think some people stay locked in, and they need someone to be there on Sunday to tell them what to believe. I think some people are like that.
Yeah.
You cross outside that line.
And they don't question that line.
Yeah. You don't at all.
I've questioned a bunch in my life. So I think that's why I feel
psychic mediums,
I mean, I just feel like, that's not worshiping.
Oh no.
I think that going to a medium and enjoying that and that coming through was peace for you.
Total peace for me, and I've done it more than once, and I've had
and you
my
don't
Aunt
you're
Billy
not worshiping
that I
them
lost came through. No, it helped me. It helped me greatly. Me greatly.
Well, and I think that there's people through my life have always been like, well, I explain to me the Catholic religion on, you guys worship Mary, and I'm like, well, okay, but it doesn't take the place of, like, I didn't understand what they were asking me, and then now I'm realizing that that they're been told somehow in their religion that, that takes over the place of Jesus or God, No, I mean, we worship her because she's the mother of Jesus. Mm-hmm. Like you would worship your mother, or adore adoration for your mother. It's just the mess of life, and they don't question it.
People like to choose a team. They like to be on a team, whether it's a religious team, I find, or a political team. They just scream till their veins pop out for their team.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And they're not about to cross that line. We've lost our ability to open our minds. And that's the most beautiful thing we can do, is realize we're in Earth School.
And it's okay to question.
And it's okay to question.
And it's okay to change. Doesn't mean you're not faithful, or that you're not loyal, or that you're not a good daughter or wife or whatever that is.
God knows our hearts.
That's what I try to tell people.
God knows our hearts. So why would you not make it real? I mean, can you have any sort of real relationship without it being authentic?
Well, that's exactly why, to me, this podcast is so important.
Yeah.
Because of authenticity. Yeah. And people coming on and talking about stuff that they've either struggled with, or they want to do.
Right.
Or they want to experiment, or it's taboo, or, I've wanted to be a lesbian. I feel I have those tendencies. Not me, Bobanne, but you know what I'm saying? But they want to, and how do they get there? And are they scared to do that? They have parents that are judging, or people that they love that would, like.
Yeah, I went through that. Like I said, I didn't want to put that burden on my friends.
So what got you over that hump? Because I think people would want to know that. I think there might be some young people that are struggling, honestly, that just don't know how to get through that hump of, you know what I'm saying?
I know.
It's still going on. I know it's hard to believe.
People are dying. They're dying because they don't want to be themselves, or they feel like they can't be themselves.
And not just sexuality, anything.
And there is nothing more
careers
un-Christ-like than to box up a person in a world where they feel like they cannot be themselves. That is very un-Christ-like, because Christ went where water goes, in the lowest parts, in the places nobody else wanted to go, and all the cracks and crevices and places.
I know.
And never judged anyone.
I know.
And we want to be like that? Then we need to be like that.
Yeah.
And that means allow people to be themselves. So for young people, I would say it's going to require a lot of bravery, and it's not easy. And it is true. I didn't choose it.
I think the world's getting better. I feel like it's going to shift. I'm feeling like it's shifting personally. But that's my take on life. Yeah. Just because I try to be an optimist, and believe me, there's times I'm I feel like some of my things is I can be pretty critical.
Yeah.
Of people, and I'm constantly, sinning every day. I'm like, I'm a sinner. Please, I'm going to sin today for sure, because I'm anything you do all day.
Well, think about that word, because I think that the dogma of so many religions is what runs people out of the doors of the church. So, and I have my views are very different from all of this, from most people, I would think.
You think most? Okay.
Than most people. But to sin, and the word sin means, it's an archery term. It means to miss the mark. So we miss the mark all the time, but it doesn't mean
that we're bad people.
Remember, I picked Tigger. Yeah. I picked the loving God. So if I miss the bullseye, my loving God is going to catch me.
Well, you're not. You've got it. You get it. You
Yeah.
get what it's about.
I do. And I'm definitely not going into the fires of hell.
Or purgatory, sit there with me for a little while in a lawn chair.
I'm not going there. I don't believe that I would. My
I
loving
don't
God
believe
is
it
not going
either.
to put me there.
No.
And I think that we need to let people be who they are. So for young people, any young people that might see this and be struggling, I think you're going to have to be brave. And I think you're going to have to find your people.
You haven't found your tribe.
Yeah,
you know, I find that a lot of people go around in this tribe. It's a pretend tribe.
Yeah.
You've done it. Haven't you done it?
I absolutely did it. I did it in high school.
Yeah, I've done it.
Well,
you were a cheerleader, you're a puppy. You really didn't, because you had very...
I had a tribe, but they weren't like me.
They didn't have you had a tribe, but they had a different sexuality than you.
That's
So
let me be very clear.
I think that's where people get real confused.
Yeah.
I think if you would yourself come out, I don't know, they probably would have been supportive, or would they have been very naive and just didn't understand it?
I think
that doesn't make it bad.
I think if, like, your sister loves me,
mm-hmm.
Your sister loves me unconditionally.
Yes.
I know that.
Yep.
I don't think there could have been much I could do that would have made her not love me.
Good.
And there's absolutely nothing she could do to make me not love her. But I didn't want to burden. I still ended up, I think, doing that in some ways for some of my friends.
Because what does that look like?
Maybe later on in life, or when stories came out, or
things that you chose to do that you maybe not have been so proud of, but you were like,
because small town talks,
because you're young and experimenting. Okay.
And I don't know what they went through, and I don't know how they felt, if they felt a need to defend me or not, or if they wanted to change the subject. I don't know, but I never wanted that for anybody that I love. Never wanted that for them. This is my journey. And maybe my story gave color to part of theirs, which is what anyone could hope to do. That you lend color to their story. That you, like I said, it's Earth School. So if I've taught them something, I know for sure they've taught me something.
Right.
You're not ever going to run into someone that's not going to teach you something. It happened on the Camino. It happened in my hometown. It happens at work.
The difference is you have to be aware of it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You have to. People are walking around not aware. Why some people see a rock and the other people don't? Because you're aware. You ask God to help you.
Well, it's that tool.
There's an awareness.
And that's, again, what I would tell the young person that's struggling is you've got to find your phone to God. What is that going to be for you?
Yeah.
You know, whether it's a church or a book or a practice that you have, find your spiritual practice, whatever that looks like, because that's going to empower you.
Yeah.
And ask for that help and ask for that guidance, and it will absolutely be there for you. You don't have to do this by yourself.
I know.
Nobody does.
I know, but what if they're the people that are agnostic or atheist or don't believe? It's because they haven't asked, so they're
going to have a hard time.
They're going to have a real hard time.
They're going to have a real hard time. You know, everybody's got their path, but I know that there's a higher power. I know there's a source energy. I know that's where I come from, and I know that's where I'm going back to.
Yeah, and you think you've been here before.
I will.
I mean, hell, you think you were a man. Maybe.
Well.
Remember?
Yeah, I was going to share this with you because
I
want you to.
I want people to know that you write poems and you need to put the book together.
I do, but let's see here. Okay. So when you read this, does this sound like a woman that wrote that?
Mm. Should I read it out loud?
Yeah.
Should I? I lie on my back and look up at the new moon, holding the old moon in her arms and kissing it softly goodbye. I feel the rainbow fade without the constant cares of the sunlight to reassure its beauty does not go unnoticed. If I had something to fight, I would face down the one that challenges the beauty that was once the adoration of my true love. I cannot pierce the steadfast veil that separates us and makes sick our hearts. My sword remains unstained because my phantoms do not shed blood and mock my failed attempts to be the warrior I thought and even dreamed that I was for your sake. I am sorry for the delusions of fairy tale endings that hope brought to your doorstep from the messengers of my heart. Put away the love scrolls until lovers' eyes find their words, or burn them without ever having a sound escape your lips to torment my soul forever. Bobanne.
So I felt like when I wrote that, I told you I felt like at some point I'm in touch with both my feminine and my male side.
Okay.
But I feel like when I sat down and wrote that, I wrote it in like 5 minutes.
You write stuff that quickly?
Mm-hmm. When it comes to me. And it's like it's not really me. It just sort of comes through me.
Okay.
And I can, when it comes to me like that,
What do you think it is?
I think that was me in touch with that male side of me. I mean, that doesn't feel like a woman.
This is a male.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I feel like that. I mean, maybe it's just me.
And you just wrote it.
Yeah.
And you just compile these. This isn't for some person.
No. Oh, well, I might have had a fight with Melanie. I might have had a fight with her.
Really?
Yeah. Probably.
My soul remains unstable. How long ago was this? Oh.
I don't know. Do I have a date on it?
10.
Yeah.
2010.
I was doing a lot in 2010.
There's a lot going on in 2008, 9, 10.
I actually ended up on Oprah's Soul Series.
Why?
Her Soul Series satellite radio show. I was invited.
Okay, tell me why.
Because it was during that time and just before when I was on the ship as a medic, so I had lots of extra time. And I was this seeker. And I started writing. At that time, everybody was like, you need to be on Twitter, because I was writing and I was real in touch with my spirit and I was talking to people and helping people.
On the ship?
No, on Facebook while I was on the ship. But on the ship too.
Okay, so Facebook was out. Okay.
Facebook was out and I was like, I felt like I was really helping people. Like I was putting a lot of big thoughts out there, a lot of spiritual stuff out there. And I felt like I sort of opened a crack in which some people sort of came into and started this dialogue between us. And somebody suggested that I should do the things that I was doing on Facebook, I should do it on Twitter. And at that time, Oprah had her show, the Oprah show.
I watched her all the time.
I did too. I loved her.
I was never a soap opera girl. I was always watching.
Me. But she had her show, and her show was on Twitter, which I followed her, and they put up a link, and there was a question related to it, and I was like, yeah, I know the answer to that question, and I stayed up all night in the hospital there on the ship, on the rig, and you only had, I think, 44 characters. And Twitter didn't have a lot at that time.
Yeah, you can't put much in, right?
You couldn't put much in. And remember, I just heard about Twitter.
Okay.
So I stayed up all night to get my point across, and I used all sorts of ways to do it. But when I was done, I sent it. The next day, one of her producers calls my house. And Melanie answers.
Because they're on Twitter. They're on Twitter watching.
Huh?
They're on Twitter. So
yeah,
they're finding.
I sent the link in. They liked what they read.
That's all it is. Yeah.
And then they called the house, and Melanie calls the ship. And I lost it. I know the guys thought I had lost my mind, because I'm like screaming and crying. The Oprah show called me and all that kind of stuff. So they sent me a book that they wanted me to read. It was there when I got home, Harpo Studios.
Okay.
And the book was called Women, Food, and God by Janine Roth.
Okay.
And I read that book, and they wanted me to write an essay on my thoughts about the book. And I did, and I sent it in, and they loved it. And they asked me to be on a panel on her satellite radio show, which was really wild, Kelly, because when I was just had left, became a paramedic, and worked in Vicksburg, Mississippi, at a shipyard where they build these big jack up oil rigs.
Okay.
I was like a dock in the box out there, and there were like 2,000 people on that shipyard, and I would see them for sinus infections, whatever. I would treat them, I would respond if they fell out in the heat or whatever.
Yeah.
I was the paramedic on the yard. Well, my company would send me to Vicksburg, and they had an apartment. I'd stay there, go to work every day for 2 weeks, and then I'd go home for 2 weeks. Well, on Sundays, there were just very few people, only a handful of people on the yard. So I had all that, but I had to be there because there was somebody on the yard. But I had all day to listen to her satellite radio show.
God, I never listened to it. Okay.
And it's only because my back-to-back medic, when I wasn't there, had a satellite radio show in that hospital, and I listened to it, and that's how I found it. And that's how I discovered Elizabeth Lesser, Dr. Wayne Dyer, Esther and Jerry Hicks, Byron Katie, all these spiritual leaders. It was a miracle in one place, and I would just marinate in their words all day long, every day, or every Sunday. And I just for hours, and it started to break me open. It started to, all that grief that I had felt in my life from the loss of my cousin early on as a little girl in Mahia, and things that anger I had, just things that had built up inside of me. I started to realize that this was like lightning in my soul, that this was the truth. I gravitate to this. This is real to me. I recognize these words and what these people are saying as that's my truth. These are my people. I hear you. Amen.
And you were into it.
I was into it. So it seemed, and that's really when I left and went offshore on that rig, and that started my spiritual journey. And then I started on the Facebook, and then I did this on Twitter, and then now I've been invited on the show, on that very same show.
And what was that like?
It was crazy. So I was at home, and it was over the phone, and they had it set up where I could hear
like a Zoom. Yeah,
I could hear her come in the room. I heard her ask questions. I'd hear papers rustling. She was kind of preparing for her, radio show. And the first thing I said to her when she asked me a question was, "Hallelujah, Oprah." She said, "Hallelujah, Bobanne." But I was trying to explain something from my perspective that a lot of people were struggling with. They felt that there was the devil, and their perception of the devil was separate and apart, a separate entity. And, that God was separate.
Okay.
Separate and apart. And I think I remember the way I explained it. I said, I'm sitting at a desk right now. And if I broke off part of this desk and whittled something else completely, entirely different out of it and made something different, it would never change the fact that it came from that same source. And I think the mistake people make is that they think that God is outside of them. They think heaven and hell's in the same zip code.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It is there. It is in you. That's your resource. That's your go-to place above all else. And I thought that back then. That's what I was learning back then. And I think a lot of people still struggle with that. is they think that God is separate from them. Absolutely not. From my experience.
Oh, they think it's like some sort of
outside of themselves.
So like, okay. It's not within them.
And for me,
it's an energy for
we
you.
are all one. There's this table that is all an illusion that we're not all just a bunch of energy vibrating around. If you look at it under a microscope, you would see, vibrating atoms.
I know.
And there's a
you think money's energy?
Yes, everything.
You think manifesting money can easily be done?
Everything is energy. But I think it's in the way I think it's in the way you come at it. If it's a desperation thing, it would never happen.
You already got to see it. You already got to feel it. You already got to know you have it.
As if you have it.
You talk, you walk, you do everything as if you have it.
Yeah.
Same with God.
That's what the Camino provided for me.
Oh, that's when you got it?
No, I was able to feel as though I'm speaking to my mother. As though she walked
time
with me.
She walked the whole time with you.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. My mother did, my brother did, my dad did. They were there with me. They walked with me. And it could only have been done in a very difficult situation by myself. And wasn't it strange that I was alone? And
well,
the Camino being
it's strange that you wanted to be alone.
Oh, yeah. Well, when I rented that island, I wanted to be alone because I knew I was crazy at that point.
How long were you on the island?
A week.
So that can do it.
I did
That's
it twice.
Enough.
Yeah. I did it twice.
Yeah, you need to do one of those shows, Naked and Afraid.
No. No.
Why not?
I don't want to do.
Well, you don't have to do the naked one, but you can do the one that's, like on a deserted island and you're there by yourself.
I'll teach people how to go and that it's okay to scream and let go. That sometimes you can't do it in your car.
You think it's just shaking off your body?
You just
need
more than that.
Okay.
You got to get it out of you. You got to be angry and cry and fall to the earth.
What if you don't?
And all of it.
What if
is it okay? I think you carry it and it's hard. And that's what disease is. Dis-ease.
Yeah.
It's dis-ease in your body.
People that are not really they're not really processing the stuff.
Right. It just runs around.
It just goes in them and they just can't.
Yeah. That's why meditation and prayer is so important, because you have to have a ground wire. It's like anything. If you don't have a ground wire for that energy to get out,
I know.
It's just going to roll around in there.
Breath work.
Your mind is fertile ground for bullshit bombs.
Oh, I know.
Big ones. And, what we think about, we bring about, and what we're telling each other in our minds is just poison a lot of the time, because it's fear-based.
Well, they've been told that, like they still are going on from their childhood or wherever they think that they know or that they've been told, or if you do this, you're not going to be this. And it's just, it's like a cycle of shit in your brain that's just circling.
Yeah. When girls are told, you have to do this, you have to go to college, you have to do this, you have to marry, you have to have a baby. Maybe not. Maybe not. You need to go walk the Camino.
And I think no, I walk the Camino. You know what I think a lot of it is with girls? I really do think that they've been told that. And then the ones that aren't are like looked upon as something wrong with them. Yeah. Or how about just, I never really have wanted to, or I don't know. There's a whole struggle, I think, with people putting that pressure on their daughters too.
I think so too.
I mean, and then what happens, Bobanne? They become very angry mothers.
Or self-medicate.
Yeah, the self-medicating thing's a totally different world.
Yeah. But that's what people do with their pain when they don't have a ground wire, when they don't have the tools, when they don't make their spiritual practice an integral part of their life, like breathing.
So what's the solution? I mean, like, what is the solution to this? Like, how do we put a little book? Do you put a book together? I mean, everybody needs to figure out what works for them.
I think everybody, you're
right. Realize that, like, it's okay to take that jump. This, I see it a lot in relationships that people have been married a long time and they're miserable. Mm-hmm. The kids have left. Yeah. They've had nothing in common and they're miserable. And what do you think the key to that is? Horrible communication most of the time.
Well, I think if you're drowning, you can't throw a lifeline to someone else if you're in fact drowning yourself.
Yeah.
So I think the first thing you have to do is get yourself on solid ground.
Yeah.
And then you can throw a lifeline, throw plenty of them. But I think you have to
get your own therapy, do your own
be
journey.
Your own superhero.
Go to the Camino, go do this by yourself, meditate by yourself, and then decide. Yeah.
Not everybody can go the Camino or wants to, but you can sit in a comfortable chair and you can light a candle and look at the flame.
You can pray.
And try to empty your mind. And, one of the things that I developed when I was on the Mississippi River there in Vicksburg, coming to this realization of all the spiritual thoughts that were entering my head, was I needed to rid myself of the things that I was holding on to, that I was not forgiving myself or someone else for. Okay. And I developed a way to help me, like a physical thing for being able to rid myself of this. And what I call it is the rock work exercise. And I've used it many times over the years, but the way it works is, it has to be a water source. It can be the ocean. It can be a lake.
It could be the Trinity. River. There's big rocks there.
Yep.
So I can sit on a rock.
You take your watch off.
Yep.
You leave your phone. This is your time. You bring a box of Kleenexes or a towel or whatever. You give yourself permission to have this time, ever how long it is. You clear your calendar. You walk wherever the banks are or whatever you are. For me, it was the Mississippi River.
Okay.
And you pick up a rock or a pebble for every little thing that you can think of that you need to forgive yourself or someone else for. And then I had a big pile.
Did you?
First time. I had a big pile. And then when I was ready, I'd pick up that first thing, hold it in my hand and think about it. And I would think about pressing it into that rock. And then when I thought I was ready, I would throw it as hard as I could. And then I'd go into the next rock. And anybody that's hearing this that has issues with unforgiveness,
self-unforgiveness,
self or anybody else, but self first, I invite you to do this. And then I'd like to hear, or let Kelly hear back, try to conjure up how you felt before that. You will not be able to do it. Not if you sincerely do this. And for me, it was like I was giving it to God, but it was a physical way I was showing that I was doing it. I'm giving this to you. I don't want it anymore.
It's a burden. It's holding me down.
It's holding me from arm's length, at arm's length from my life, from things I want to do, people that I love deeply, and I can't. I'm looking through a dirty window.
Yeah.
And I just need to clean it.
Sometimes I will write down before full moon.
Yeah.
And then I write it down and I burn it.
Yeah, that's a great exercise.
You know what I mean? And I just burn it.
Yeah.
I'm like in the backyard, or I'll do it in the fireplace and just burn whatever I needed to get rid of.
I love that.
Before the full moon, because, I want to push that out.
Yeah.
I think everybody, people that don't have the skills, they obviously are not looking hard enough.
Everybody has the skills.
Of course they do, but just if you think you don't, like you just like, but I don't have the money, I don't have this. It's not about that.
Not about that at all.
I know. It's pretty simple.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been a big believer. I mean, I think therapy has its place, but I also believe that it also can get people in a worse place sometimes.
Yeah.
So, but I also believe that if you're having any kind of relationship problem, I feel like the first person should go to therapy by themselves. Everybody should go by themselves and then come together, right?
Yeah.
But I always say that, like, really the therapy, sometimes those therapists can make it way worse than it was.
Way worse.
And I don't really have the answer of why that is, but they do. They
don't like to teach personal responsibility, for one thing. It's everybody else's fault. It's not everybody else's fault. You just need to shine a flashlight
in yourself,
in your soul.
Yeah.
Go looking for the things that you are running from.
Yeah.
Run as hard and as fast as you can to the thing you fear the most, which is you.
Or they're at fault. Like they'll blame the other partner because it's,
Yeah.
That's
his fault. It's his,
her fault. Yeah.
Yeah. When I lost my brother, and I told you my little dog Lily.
Oh, saved you. It's not a wiener dog, but what is it?
Yeah,
is it
little weenie dog?
Weenie dog.
Sausage dog. My little sausage dog.
Yeah, you said sausage.
Lily Marlene. And I had to go. I did need to go on antidepressants, and I did go on antidepressants.
I think they're fine for
helped me for a little while.
I think
but
they are.
You know what happened eventually was I found that it held me. I felt like it held me hovering just above the abyss. It wouldn't let me fall, but it wouldn't let me. I needed to fall. I needed to fall.
There's nothing worse than that.
Yeah. I needed to fall on my ass.
Some people stay on them for a lifetime.
Yeah.
Some people don't get off of them.
Yeah.
It's
like a
I feel sorry for them
in a pill form.
It is. It's dangerous.
It can be. It can also be life-saving.
I think it needs its place. It can be life-saving.
Absolutely.
I think it has its place. I think being the person that is knowing that you're just not doing the work is very different.
Yeah, because you have to go on. It's a sacred thing. This spiritual journey is a sacred thing. It's why we're here, I believe.
Yeah.
I think we're here to learn these lessons.
That's the only reason why we're here.
Yeah.
This is all just one big school. What would you say? You said something about a 50-gallon drum of whoop ass is how you would describe your life.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Well, early on, I was a 55-gallon drum of whoop ass. That's what I was. I was ready to fight. And I think, honestly...
Did you fight? You get in girl fights?
Oh, my God, did I get in fights.
So you were kicking girls' asses all over the town? I'll sick Bobanne on you.
Ask Tracy about that sometime.
I'm sure.
But
I don't know why I didn't know that.
Yeah. But later, more so than then.
Okay.
Now, I would have fought the devil himself for her. And she knew that. But later on, I was just mad. And I think that it was, I mentioned just briefly, but when I was 7 years old, I lost my cousin Kathy.
And you're very close to her.
I was very close to her. She was 17 years old, and she was killed in Mejia by a drifter that came through town. She went home to eat lunch one day.
From school?
From school. She used to pick me up from school.
Every day.
And I watched my family get decimated by this. And I remember writing in my diary that when I grew up, I wanted to kill this man. And I think, he got sentenced to the death penalty, but they did away with the death penalty. I think in 1970 they got him. He'd killed a little girl in Grand Prairie prior to coming to Mejia and killing Kathy.
How'd they find him, I wonder?
I'm not sure how they tracked him down.
Okay,
I don't remember all that.
Yeah, but he went to, okay.
Yeah, and they did away with the electric chair, so ever so often he would come up for parole, and the whole town of Mejia, Texas would turn out writing letters to keep him in prison. And he never got one favorable vote. He died in prison several years ago. But I carried that, I think, with me, that protective thing. I think it was innate in me anyway for some of the reasons I've already mentioned. Mm-hmm. But it just brought it out in like such a big way. And even when I was a little kid I was kind of the one that beat up the bully in the neighborhood because the other kids, I wanted to feel safe, and they would come ring my doorbell and tell me or ask me if I could come watch them play because this bully was one hell of a bully.
But they wouldn't ask your brother. So your brother was not involved in it.
No. No.
So he was like, he would even get you to go kick people's ass.
No. He wasn't involved in that.
He was older.
In any way, yeah. But I mean, this kid burned my treehouse down, and that's when I strung him up by his feet and left him in the woods. And a crop duster nearby who landed on the runway heard him screaming and cut him down. But he burned my treehouse down. So
he took matches and burned your treehouse down?
Yeah, he burned my treehouse down. And I loved my treehouse. I spent many nights there. My dad built it. It had orange shag carpet, the kind you used to have to rake.
Yeah. I love it.
Oh my gosh. And I had my horse out there. And
How did you drag him up on a...
Oh, I beat him up all the time. I threw him off the top of his house. He threw a rock
Why
and
wouldn't
hit a
he
little
stop
girl.
bullying?
I think he had his own issues.
Now
I'm
you
not
feel
sure.
bad because the parents probably abused him.
I don't really know what happened. But I know that he was a bully, and I just...
Wouldn't tolerate it.
I was the protector. And in my life, really, I was always the protector. I became a paramedic eventually because I had no trouble running into dangerous places.
No, you don't.
And I'm kind of the protector. I have stories about this, many stories, but one of which, this really kind of tells the tale later in life. But I don't remember when the Dallas Cowboys had their big... Do y'all remember that? It was called the Ice Bowl. It was when we had our... it was Thanksgiving and the field was so icy. I can't remember what year that was. But anyway, everybody came in their coats and their long johns and all this stuff at the Cowboy game. And I was there. Very cold. And so the lines to the ladies' room, they were ridiculous because everybody had all this garb they had to get out of, right? So I was waiting in line, and there was a little old lady right in front of me, ready to go into a stall. There were many stalls, and everybody was taking turns, and they'd go in the stall. But there was an exit door, and these girls came in the exit door right as she was about to go in her stall. Several of them went in other stalls, but one cut right in front of her.
It's Bobanne
And
saw it.
Instantly, I told her, I said, wait here, I'll handle this, I'll handle this. And I said, I'm going to give you to the count of 3 to come out of there. 1, 2, and on 3, it was perfect timing because she was leaning forward with her pants down, and I karate kicked the door in, hit her in the head, knocked her unconscious, drug her out. There you go. You can go to the bathroom now. But when I did that, all of her friends jumped on me, and I kicked all their asses. Left them there in the bathroom at Cowboy Stadium.
No, you didn't.
Yeah,
and then
they
walked
got
back
the
and
police.
saw all your friends?
No, the police came.
Okay.
And all the people in line said, they did it. It was not her. And they took them away. And I got away.
And then you go back to your seat with all your friends and just told them you whooped ass in the thing and just took them all out?
And they were not surprised.
Wow.
Because that was kind of... Now, that's not the right way to do it.
That might have been a little aggressive. But,
yeah, slightly, you think?
I mean, maybe. So did you call Mom?
So my heart was in the right place.
Did you tell your mom?
Yeah, my mom knew that story. But my heart was in the right place, But
your heart's
you don't
always in
go
the right
about
place,
it
especially
like
if you're stringing that boy with his...
Yeah.
Did you, I mean, you had to plan it with a rope and know how you're going to get this kid.
I didn't really plan it. I was just, he lit me up when he burned down my tree
I
house.
can't believe your parents and everybody didn't go to his house. I mean, this is an issue. He burned your tree house.
Well, I was kind of handling it.
Yeah, I get that. But,
I don't know. I don't know if they ever talked. I was young. I was like 9, 10.
9 and that guy was, oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's aggressive.
12, maybe 11. I wasn't very old. Somewhere between 8
to string him up
and probably 12. String him up by his feet. Yeah.
But those are the reasons, because there's like stuff that'll brew in you.
Yeah, I was like, injustice. I hate injustice.
Yeah.
And going back to one of your first questions to me about the church and hearing things, and it's okay to love them, but not okay to love them. Yeah, something flipped in me. I didn't like that. And I knew it was wrong. Still do.
Yeah.
And there's something that just can't talk. Now, I don't kick ass like I don't do that kind of stuff anymore.
You don't have time.
I'm more spiritually evolved now. They used to call me the Texas tornado, but I'm just a mild tropical storm now.
So would you say that when you get really angry, you have to go off? You think that's a lot of reasons why you do really well by yourself on a ship like that for 3 weeks?
No, it's not about anger. Now, if I'm passionate about something, yeah, you know exactly how I feel about you. Always.
My friends know that too. I think most people know that about me.
No, wear it right on my sleeve.
Well, I'm just one of those people that you'll know.
Yeah, you'll know if I like you. You'll know if I don't.
Yeah.
Now,
I think you're pretty like people a lot more. I mean, you're a very.
I'm a likable person, but if you
like people,
if you cut in front of an old lady in the bathroom, that
was not done right. I think you could have, knocked on it and said, "Do you think that was appropriate?"
Oh, I don't think it was going to go that way either. I think they made the decision once they came in the exit door. They knew what they were doing, right?
Yeah. Oh, you mean the girl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Girls.
It was a couple. Oh, yeah, because they all came together.
I kicked all their asses.
Yeah, I know you did, but I thought that maybe they were standing in
the line. No, they came in. They went in other stalls. They cut in front of other people. But I had the little old lady. She was in my sights, and that was the one I was going to take care of.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. And so, yeah, although it was wrong, and I have several other stories like that, it wasn't the right way to go about it. It was somewhere deep inside me that was the kind of the enforcer, the one to right the wrong. And maybe that was coming from way back then. Maybe I was still
from
really
the death
angry.
Of your cousin.
That's what I'm saying. I think it came from someplace really deep. And
yeah,
someplace like that. And I had to work through that. And I did. But I think the thing that really, when I lost my Aunt Billy, who I was very close to, lost my brother, that their spirits, especially my brother's, held the door for me. Really held the door for me to walk through spiritually, to kind of transform that anger into something else. And I haven't been that way can you get me riled? Yeah, you can get me riled, but I'm probably not gonna go to that extreme.
And your kids probably don't see a lot of that side of you, do they?
No, they see. I think that when you are on a spiritual quest or a seeking, oftentimes when you come across people with these types of stories, they have been there on the fence.
I know.
You've been in dangerous places. You've looked over and seen hell, or you've had that in your head and in your heart, and you've come out of it, and it's coming out of it that sort of breaks you open, that opens you open.
Struggle.
Yeah.
They say you want to pray for struggle because it just makes you closer.
It's vital to your spiritual growth.
Struggle.
Yeah.
I know.
Loss, struggle. Those are things that I think our societies want to push that down.
They don't want to deal with it because they will just put you on medication and not deal.
And also, I think it's a lot of the reasons why people point their fingers at other people or other religions or people that are different than them.
Well, look what they were doing. That's why they're not happy. They'll look at this.
I think that's why we rubberneck at car accidents.
Yeah.
I mean, I've almost been flattened as a paramedic with
people staring at what you're doing,
trying to look at the tragedy. Like,
were you actually
at least that's not me.
Like, are you the person in the?
I was on the ambulance.
Ambulance?
Yeah.
Was that fun? Exciting?
Or it was.
Because you seem like an adrenaline junkie.
It was part of my spiritual journey. Okay, that was it was that path that put me there to listen to that radio show. Right? I would never have been there. But when I became a paramedic, it was only because I listened to what I was talking about, my God voice. I got quiet enough to hear it. And then that crazy idea bubbled up. Maybe you should become a paramedic, and I went straight through paramedic school. I was like one of only a couple of civilians, and I went with all these firefighters.
What age?
Oh, that was like, where was I, like 30 later, 32.
That young? So have you done anything that wasn't an exciting career? Or that wasn't an off? I mean, have you done anything that was just like, I do that and I don't like it and I'm moving on?
Yeah, I worked for a man that was in or oil and gas company, a man that had an oil and gas company.
Sure.
Many years ago, and he died, and then it was after his death that I didn't want to do that anymore. It came back to me because I learned from that, and I brought it into my life now. Some of the things I learned about oil and gas,
Yeah.
So it came full circle for me, but that's when I didn't know what I wanted to do, had my head in my hands in my office, and really got quiet enough to hear that bubble up inside. Maybe you should become a paramedic.
Oh, wow.
And then I was, how do you become a paramedic? I was like, oh, wow.
I could do that because you are, God, fearless.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like nothing really frightens you.
I was going to become a cop, but my brother made me.
Yeah, I can kind of see that.
Yeah. I would have been everything I've ever taken any test say that I would have been good in the military.
Okay. Which is like, what you're doing now.
Good police officer, lawyer.
Yeah.
Or doctor.
So they all intertwine.
Yeah.
Doctor would have been good for you too, like a surgeon.
Almost did. I almost went to med school. I was going to go overseas and do it. But my brother made me promise not to become a cop.
Why?
I think he was afraid that it would kill me. So I told him I wouldn't, and I didn't have much longer with him. Oh yeah. This is where he's in ICU, and he asked me, Annie, he called me Annie. He said, please don't become a police officer. And I said, okay, I won't.
What does it look like for you moving forward? Like, what is your biggest goal that you're kind of like wrapped on now?
Just peace.
Yeah, I get
that. For now, it's just peace. I want a peaceful, a planet that's already healing and peaceful for my kids. Yeah. I want us to stop seeing ourselves as the other. And I just want us to all sort of move towards what we really are, which is one.
Yep. That's nice. Does that entail you just being where, like, do you have some big journey you want to go on, another accomplishment?
I'm waiting for that call.
So you ask all the time.
Oh yeah.
Like, I didn't know if that looked like,
I mean, I'm getting
you still have an 11-year-old.
I still have an 11-year-old. I'm getting older, but that fire's still there.
Is there something you haven't accomplished that you want to?
Yeah.
What is it?
Everybody tells me I should write a book.
Or I think you're right.
Everybody tells me I should write a book, and I just have not done it.
Do you know what it would be about?
Well, okay, so my daughter had from the time she was young, I started telling her and making up stories about this raccoon named Bandit. And so I had all these like bedtime stories.
Yeah.
And then Bo wanted to hear about Bandit, and so they were wanting me to do that. They both asked me to do that, and I never did it. Just told them all the Bandit stories.
Yeah, which you should.
And then Melanie has encouraged me for years to write a book. I went on a Hay House cruise where I saw lots of spiritual leaders there, and it was kind of to help you learn how to write a book. And I started to write a book, and it was called Soul 911, which for obvious reasons. And I put it together, and I sent it off to try to get it published. And it was not published. And I don't know what I thought was going to happen. I was like,
here we go.
Yeah. So, but it's probably because I have more to tell. And so from the time I started that to now, I have so much more to tell.
Yeah, and it's always going. So you have to start somewhere. Start the first chapter.
It is
second chapter, third.
You're right. You're right. I don't
think it has to.
It's so funny because
what are we going to do with these?
Yeah, there's a lot. So I went back and looked at these. That I haven't looked at some of these in a long time. And I went back and looked at some of these, and they were like messengers back to myself. And I go back and look at some of my writings that I saved when I had conversations with people when they were struggling, and they would come to me, on Facebook.
Oh, is that what you would do? Is write these and put that out there?
No, I would just. I was like I'd counsel them, and it's like these poems come. It's like it would come through me, but it wouldn't really be me.
Yeah.
But they are so truthful to me, every bit as truthful to me now when I read them as they were then, because I feel like it's wisdom of the ages, because it didn't come from me. It came through me.
Yeah. So you're sort of like, it's not me. Like,
yeah,
you don't
I'm
think
like
it's your
the
work,
vessel.
But it is your work.
It is my work, but I feel like it's inspired.
Yeah, but that's
like I view the Bible. It's inspired, written by man, inspired by God.
Yeah.
So this is coming through me, inspired by maybe something else, something holy. It feels holy. It felt holy then. And when I read it now, some of these, it feels holy.
Well, you need to collaborate a book.
Yeah. I need to do something. I realize that. Will I? I don't know.
Well, are you organized enough? Can you get someone to do that for you?
I've got to find the time right now. Between,
raising a son,
and then, when I get home from my 3 weeks out there, I'm tired. And then I have all these honeydew lists.
And you're at home for 3 weeks, and then you go back out.
Yeah, but I've got to fix the sprinkler system. I got to, fix my car.
Is there always stuff like that?
Oh, always.
Fixing that stuff?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I always have stuff I have to do. When you have a house.
Well, I know I have a house, but I don't feel like I'm fixing the sprinkler system. I'm calling the sprinkler person.
Yeah.
Actually, I might start calling you. I don't want to learn to do that.
One of the little church ladies calls me from time to time to come over and do things for her.
And you do it?
Yeah.
So that's your give back.
Yeah.
Is that what's your next? You don't think you'll go on another Camino?
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
Bo
I would
wants
think
to
you
go.
would have already done. It's been to what? Who?
Bo, my son, he really wants to go. Riley has no interest at all.
No. What is she? Lawyer?
No, she just graduated from college.
She's trying to figure out what she wants to do.
No, she's doing it. She's she's in digital marketing. She majored in digital marketing and a minor in film. And she was doing some acting and stuff like that when she was there.
Oh yeah.
But she went to work for just kind of because she wanted to go to. She likes to go to Pilates. She likes to go to the med spas. She's gorgeous. She likes to have her teeth whitened. She has the body contour lights and all that stuff. So she got a job at one of these hoity-toity med spas in Scottsdale, and she was doing it thinking that they were just going to pay her straight commission, and then she started selling the pants off of everything.
Oh wow.
And so she's making more money doing that than her side gig doing digital marketing and building clients. So she's like, Mom, sales is where it's at. Now I'm looking for high ticket items. If I can sell this, I can sell anything.
Wow.
And she
and that's the thing to get into.
Well, she called. This is a college
Injecting.
kid just out of college. Like, she called me yesterday. So far this month, she sold $30,000. So far this month in med spa packages.
What is she doing in that area? Scottsdale? Why is she there?
Because she went to ASU.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So she's going to stay there.
Yeah.
She likes Arizona.
She loves Arizona. She loves California. Like, she went back and forth. But she's established, she's got a little good stride going there.
Yeah.
So I think she wants to live in California.
She won't come back to Texas.
No, no. She's glad she's a Texas girl, and she'll tell you that. But she's gone. And I had to make people like
She's not coming back.
she's not coming back.
So it's like, why have a girl if they're not going to stick around
She's not.
at all?
No, like she'll come back and visit, but she's never going to live in Texas. I mean, I'd be shocked.
Okay.
I'd be really shocked.
She'll miss y'all.
Oh, she misses us. We talk all the time, but I miss her like mad. I have to show you pictures.
No,
Kelly,
she's
a pretty girl, and she's very smart.
Yeah.
And Bo is too.
Bo's precious too.
Yeah. I feel very blessed to have the kids that I have, and that's a story too. How we became pregnant.
So, how did you who got pregnant?
Melanie.
That's what I thought.
She was the youngest, and so we went through the program at UT Southwestern because their donor program, they only took from doctors or PhDs.
Okay. So they're all doctors and PhDs that give
that did that.
The donors?
At that time. They've done away with the program. But that's the way it worked at that time, and they did a full history and background on it all, on everybody. So you would know if there was something that, you wouldn't want that donor, or something. So we went there, and we kind of picked some of the attributes. Melanie wanted to find a donor that had red hair like mine, but they didn't have one. So all we know is that he was over 6 feet, of German descent, and he was either a doctor or a PhD. So had some smarts.
Yep.
And both of my kids are so smart.
Oh, same donor?
Yeah, that's the story. So Melanie gets pregnant right away.
Okay, good.
And it was just insemination, nothing fancy.
Okay.
And I read to her after what happened. I'm, swim. And it took like right away. And she got pregnant right away. And we got pregnant with Riley. And then all those years later, she decided she wanted to have another baby. And we had them freeze the sperm. And when we went back to have Bo, they told us that they had done away with the program. And we were heartbroken. And we were like crying, and they left. She left the room and came back. We were like crying. They were like, here's some other places you might consider. There's some places in California, We were like, we don't really want to do it. What we liked about this was the way that it was. And we got told.
And you're both crying?
We're both bawling. So we get told that you're not going to believe this, but we kept one donor. Guess which one? We're like, what? So they kept a donor. It was the donor for Riley. There were 6 vials left, and Riley and Bo are biological brother and sister because of that.
Wow.
So that was meant to be.
Do you see the resemblance?
Oh, yeah. They look so much alike.
So you think they look a lot alike?
Oh, yeah. And everybody says so. He looks like a little male version. Well, you can look at pictures of her when she was his age. You can't tell the difference. They look so much alike.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. That is crazy.
Yeah.
And that was how many years?
Yeah.
Apart? How many years?
They're 11 years.
Oh, so y'all really didn't want any more children.
Didn't think so.
But then all of a sudden she did.
Yeah, Melanie did. And I'm so glad because Bo is so cool. Such a cool kid.
It's fun having a boy, right?
Yeah.
Do you love it?
Oh, very different.
Than a girl?
Yeah, and he leads with his heart. Like I said, he's very, very spiritual, very God-centered.
What's the difference between them raising them? Was one easier? so far?
No.
No.
I think they were just different.
Different.
Just really different.
Boys love to explore. They love to be busy outside.
Yeah, and he's in Aspire, so it's like one step above the gifted and talented program.
Oh yeah.
He's super super smart, but he's not he doesn't come across as geeky.
No, he's not a nerd.
He is, in that he will watch a YouTube video and build something, and I'll just tell him, Bo, just don't burn the house down. Just unplug all those batteries before you go to bed. Just don't burn the house down. He is, but he's very sociable, and he is on his black belt journey with Taekwondo.
Oh, is he?
So they've way promoted him early, and he's like just went into their leadership program, and he's really doing well. Loves Taekwondo. He loves soccer. Just a normal kid.
So he does play a team sport.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He loves soccer, loves Taekwondo, and those are his thing.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
and she was real athletic.
Riley ran a lot. She ran cross country, fell in love with cross country, and that was her whole life.
Yeah, I thought for some reason I thought she was going to a Texas school, but I forgot she did go to ASU.
Yeah,
and she loved it.
Yeah, she loved ASU. She said she can't imagine. She wanted University of Texas.
That's right.
Yeah, but she didn't get in University of Texas, and so she made a video and sent them about what a mistake they made. It's the cutest video ever. Really talented, in that regard, creative. She said she's so glad she landed where she did because she found her people.
Well, that's the thing. You're going to find your tribe. You always think you know more.
Yeah.
But that's not.
Never. You just have to be on that journey. You have to be open to it and realize. And I think I've tried really hard with both my kids to do that. For them to not take things too seriously, but be committed.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And have integrity.
Yeah.
And
be
work
committed,
hard.
help other people.
I can't believe she's doing sales. That's good, and she's good at it.
She's really good at it. So she's looking for, what's next? Yachts, planes.
Is that what she's thinking?
Yeah, of course.
She's going to buy them?
No, sell them.
Oh,
she's thinking if she can do this, and she's right. I think she's
right.
Think
about that though. If she could sell yachts and planes.
Absolutely.
I mean, if she's selling that,
she's very driven, Kelly.
Really?
Oh yeah. The girl has always had 2 or 3 jobs. Like, she's very, very driven. She's trying to build a clothing line. For herself.
Okay.
Like, she's very creative.
So there's always stuff going on with her.
Yeah. And she was always finding ways to make money, even as a kid.
Really?
Yeah. She had tie-dyes by Rye, and she'd do tie-dyes, and then she figured out if she packaged them up really cool and took them, that she'd get tips.
Oh,
so
that's
we would drive
cool. So
her
did she work through college?
Huh?
She worked all the way through college?
Yep.
Because she wanted to.
Yeah, well, and I'm not made of money, so, yeah.
So she helped y'all.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Good.
She's doing it. I mean, she did it. She did it herself. She did it her way.
Yeah, that's good. That's why she's good at sales.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah. She could sell. Well, here's a good example. So she researched a company in her field that she thought she liked their office. She liked where they were in Scottsdale. She liked the way they were presenting themselves. And they didn't have an internship, but she reached out to him on LinkedIn and said, I want to intern for you. And these are the reasons why. And he said, well, we don't have an internship, but you've got my attention. Why don't you come in and we'll talk about it? And they ended up
hiring her
as an intern, and then hiring her. They said, we can't use you. We got to hire you. So they hired her.
So she didn't really know what she was going to do until she did that.
No, that's her field, was digital marketing. So that firm did digital marketing, promoting clients. and she ended up leaving them for a couple of reasons.
Okay.
And one of the other girls, she partnered with another girl, and they have clients that they do kindness.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll get some free treatments.
Oh, now that is separate. She's doing that, and she's doing the med spa thing. And she just had a little bartending job. She just quit that.
She's an overachiever.
She is.
That's the way.
Yeah.
I like to hear that.
No doubt she'll be successful. Yeah.
If she's only 21.
22.
Mm-hmm. Good. We can maybe get our kids hooked up.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, Bobanne, thank you so much for coming on. We have so much more to talk about, actually. I felt like it was flowing very well.
Yeah.
And would love to have you come back on. I just did not realize how fully erect you are living, you know? And what, I'd like to end it by like saying it's just very humbling, actually, and refreshing to be around somebody that is so authentic.
Thank you.
And I knew you would be, but I was very surprised how authentic you are, and really that you have so many interesting stories to tell that I think I'm going to try to get you to come back on.
Yeah, I would love that.
Yeah.
Kelly, thank you so much for having me. This has been really a blessing.
No, I feel so grateful. I mean, I was like, but we could go on another journey, and we will. We will.
As many as you
and
want
keep
to,
fully live it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Keep being authentic to yourself, because it's working.
Thank you, Kelly.
You're welcome.
Thank you for having me.